Hello everyone, and welcome to the Glow Forest April D&D one-shot Session 2. I am Firefly, owner of the Glow Forest, socials below, and I'm here today with a group of heroes ready for an adventure led by the amazing DM Mojo.
Hello.
So we'll go through each hero to introduce themselves quickly. So today's heroes are Zai.
Hello, I'm playing Celsia. It's a half-orc blood hunter who is non-binary.
Very cool. Next is Ranger.
Hello, I'm playing part 1 of 2 duo with Lofty. I'm a half human, half Goliath boy named Teddy. He is about 8 feet tall, so above average height, and about 300 pounds, but his name very much suits kind of how he is. Oh, he's a barbarian too, my bad. But yeah.
Perfect. Next is Lefty.
Hello, I am Lifty. I am playing the second part of the duo together with Ranger. I am playing Allie, who is a halfling of average height. That's it, I think. I'm a rogue.
Oh,
I forgot what I was gonna say. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I forgot to say that we're siblings, right? Okay.
Yeah, we're siblings.
We're related.
We're siblings.
Nice. Next is Hub.
Hi, me, Mortimer, me, the tiefling, bard.
Perfect.
Good
And-
English.
And last but not least is Scalds.
Hi, I am playing Yarn, the Tabaxi Ranger, who is blue.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Great. So I'm gonna hand it over to Mojo now. Good luck, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, Firefly.
Alrighty, let's play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
So, I'll give you guys a little bit of backstory on where this adventure takes place. Currently, all of you are in the city of Karak. Now, Karak is famous for being the last bastion for the Sand Viper Rebellion, which is sort of a combined force of many clans, whom of which were warring up until the point when the Rodashi Empire arrived in Rhoda about 300 years ago and just swept through the desert region, sort of taking over settlements for their empire. So, as you would imagine, there was a bit of a rebellion against that. So these clans all joined together, but unfortunately for them, they didn't have the military efficiency or the know-how to beat the Rodashi in an open field or in combat, so they were forced to retreat. Now, Karak, which stands atop a flat-topped mountain in this sort of desert region, is known as being the last spot where the rebellion really lives. The thing about it, though, is that it is atop this flat-topped mountain, and that makes it near inconquerable for the Rodashi, as they really can't find any way to get to it. So they're just sort of stubbornly holding out. So, all 5 of you were in a tavern maybe earlier today, when you overheard somebody talking about a current problem that has occurred in Karak, where 2 mine owners had some sort of agreement that went south, and now there are 5 missing miners and 500 golden pieces up for grabs for anyone who can basically find out where they are and return them safely. So currently, you're walking through the streets of Karak, headed towards a sort of mine and mining shack owned by a man named Yanma, in pursuit of knowledge on this particular job. As you walk through the streets, You notice that the architecture is very crude. A lot of the houses are sort of cobbled together from, mud huts. It's very like a Mos Eisley vibe. It's very, very hot. The sun is beating down on you. And as you walk through the streets, there's all sorts of folk around, from red orcish sort of boar riders who ride atop these horse-sized boars. You've got hairless tabaxis clad in silk robes, sort of making their way through the streets. And you notice that coming towards you, there is also an ogre, particularly large, just stomping through the streets, people clearing out of the way. And atop, you can see goblins swinging off this construction on its back, where they seem to be catching a ride. This is just a regular thing to see in Karak. This place is full of anyone from freedom fighters to cutthroats, mercenaries, and absolutely everyone in between. It is a big old melting pot in this region. So, it doesn't take you long before you get to the mine in question. You notice on the outside there is a steel elevator, a mining elevator, which is maybe 10 feet wide by 5 feet, going inwards, I suppose. Like a shoebox size, but bigger, obviously, but a shoebox shape. And it is attached to a triceratops, which is just stood there rigged up with its horns and frills attached to the mechanism which would winch and pull and drop this elevator when need to be. It doesn't take you long before you realize that whoever owns this facility can easily be found within the mining shack, which is a poorly made shack, which is not too far from you, made out of wood, several different types of wood. Like I said, the architecture here isn't anything to write home about, but you know now that you've got to the right spot, and you are free to go ahead as you please.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, what? Where did you say we were standing again? I got distracted with Triceratops.
That's okay. You were stood
in
sort
front
of
of the mining
outside
shack.
of this mine, so you can see the Triceratops rigged up to this mining elevator, and not too far from it, maybe a few meters from it, you can see a mining shack which would be in charge of all of the runnings of this particular mine. On the outside, you can sort of see a few disused mining carts, either full of cobbled stone or nothing at all, and then maybe like a pickaxe or two just sort of thrown around. But yeah, that's where you are.
I walk up to Teddy. I'm like, Teddy, haven't you always wanted a Triceratops?
Wait. Yes. Wait, what's the Triceratops?
The Triceratops is just attached to.
No, I was in character.
Oh, sorry.
No. That's okay. Sorry. But anyway.
Alright,
Yes.
so we're looking for Yanmer in the mining shack to find out more info.
Okay. So we go. Yes.
We go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright, we
Okay, let's
approach
start.
the mining shack. Can we knock on the door, or is it like open?
Sure, you can knock on the door. So as you do, it doesn't take long before the door pulls open, and you can see a youngish man staring at you with a confused expression before he realizes, after like staring at your faces for a while, that it's likely that you're there for the job. He's got tan skin with sort of patchy dark facial hair. You can tell that he's a human, maybe in his late 20s. He wears sort of like a cream-colored shirt with a purple overcoat and sort of a dark orange turban atop his head. He says, takes sort of a scan, looking at all of your faces, going up and down as he gets to Teddy and Ali, just like taking a good look. He says, "Oh, Okay, you must be the adventurers here to solve our little problem. Come in, sorry. And he steps aside and allows you all to step foot inside of the shack.
Eddie has to lean very far down to squish into this
Yeah,
house. He's like bent over in the house, but he's in there, politely standing.
Yanma sort of looks up towards Teddy like, I'm sorry, we didn't anticipate anyone of your stature when we built this place.
No, that's okay. I'm used to it. Don't worry. It's all right. Lovely place here.
Thank you.
So I've heard you've had some disappearances.
Well, yes, we have. Please allow me to tell you more. And now that you've been in the room for just 10 seconds, you suddenly get this feeling like there was a very tense atmosphere in this particular shack just before you came in.
Shit.
So there's 4 people in this mining shack as you walk in. So right in front of you, if you walk through the door, on the other side of the room is a sort of desk where you can imagine you would normally just meet and greet miners who came in and out, or do over the counter sort of businesses. You can see that there is a halfling man in a small bed on the right side of the room. He's got very round features, dark skin, a shaven head with circular golden spectacles that are sort of propped on his little button nose as he stares up at you with his arm in a sling, sort of like in a cast. You can see at the back of the room a human gentleman, sort of in the shadows. He's at the back left of the room as you walk in, just sort of observing, not saying much. He's got dark skin, sort of like afro hair, which is cut into a mohawk, and large sort of luggy ears. And lastly, on your left as you walked in, there is a very proper-looking tiefling woman. She has sort of a dark reddish skin with sort of white sort of paint decoration above her dark, thick eyebrows. Very beautiful, long ears that sort of come backwards, thick black hair that runs down sort of shoulder length, and 2 sort of horns that come up and over on her head. So we have a bit of a problem, a bit of a misunderstanding, and quite frankly, I think that this woman here, and he gestures towards the tiefling woman, has tried to pull the wool over my eyes. You see, she come to me 2 days ago saying that she had some information regarding the location of glow mites, and I'm sure you know what glow mites are.
I actually don't. Would you mind
absolutely.
elaborating?
Oh, well, they are a small subterranean grub that can be found underground. They are maybe the size of a house cat, but what sets them apart from other insects that you can perhaps find is the large orange gemstones which stick out of their body. These are of an arcane nature, and due to this fact, they are very powerful and most wanted between wizards and mages and artificers. Unfortunately, now, due to the Rodashi, they are almost extinct, and a find like this is, well, quite rare and not an opportunity to be missed. So I allowed Aisha to send her miners down into my mine to find them, and then I sent my friend Pietro here, and he gestures towards the halfling man lay in the bed with his arm in a cast. His job was to go down with the 5 miners and keep stock, keep count of exactly what was found down there to ensure fair distribution between parties.
Mhm.
And, well, it didn't take more than 10 minutes before he was attacked by some sort of monster, thrown across the room. He managed to escape, and the dwarves have not been found. Now, this does not sound like a very likely thing to happen in my mind. This does not happen in my mind, but yet it did. So, you tell me if this does not sound a little bit strange.
What kind of monster are we talking about?
You're best talking to Pietro over here. He is a little less shaken up than he was this morning, so should be able to tell you. And Pietro is maybe 10, 15 feet away from you.
How big is your mine?
It is not especially large or fruitful, but it pays its way. Maybe you can walk for a day in 3 different directions. Between twists and turns, of course.
I'd like to approach Pietro
Okay, so
and speak to him in Halfling.
sure.
Say, like, are you okay?
Oh, hello there. And he, with his free hand, adjusts his circular spectacles. Yes, I think I am okay now. Thank you for asking. We don't get many who speak halfling around here.
That's surprising considering the vast amount of people in this city.
Yes, well,
I would assume there would be a lot of different races,
usually
different
we
languages spoken.
all speak common, so it's nice to have an opportunity to flex my mother tongue.
And then I switch over to common back and I go, do you mind describing to us what attacked you exactly?
I wish I could give you better information. We'd been down the mine perhaps 10 minutes, and I was lagging behind the dwarves just a little bit, maybe a meter, 2 meters, and something snuck up on me from the depths, the shadows behind us. It was inhumanly strong, and it picked me up and threw me across the cave. I slammed into the wall. I felt my arm crack. All the lights went out. I heard the dwarves running and shouting, and I ran back to the elevator and rang the bell as hard as I could until Monroe winched me up, and he gestures over to the other man who's also in the room, the guy that you haven't spoken to yet.
Perhaps it is something supernatural.
Listen, there is nothing supernatural in my cave. I assure you that when you go down there, I think that you will perhaps find the miners are perfectly fine and trying to make off with a shit ton of glowmites. That's when the woman finally speaks up from looking down, sort of annoyed, just listening to what Yanma has to say. Well, perhaps if you had your mine properly exterminated annually, like is the safety precaution for people who own mines, then we wouldn't be in this sort of predicament. But since you're such a cheap ass, and you didn't do that, maybe that's why this problem has happened. And he's sort of riled up now, defensive. Don't you start laying blame on me. We all know that this is some sort of trick played by you.
Now don't fight. Don't fight. Please don't fight. Come on,
Yeah,
friends.
you guys can fight after we're gone. Also,
Oh, yes.
if you honestly thought that they're all fine down there, you would just go down there and get them. Otherwise, you wouldn't hire people. So,
Well, you have to understand that the glowmites that they're currently in possession of, I believe, are worth a lot of money. And if I go down there and simply ask 5 fully grown dwarves to hand them over and come back, I don't expect to come back in one piece. That's why I hire adventurers such as yourselves for such a mission.
Hmm? Alright, you said that there were 3. Sorry, go ahead.
To the woman, you mentioned extermination. What do you think the problem is?
Well, as is the current standard, anybody who owns a mine should invest in an annual exterminator to go down into the mine and, properly root out any dangers that could be manifesting themselves, any dangerous creatures, and, well, take them out before they have the opportunity to harm anyone who may be working down there. But to my knowledge, Yanma has not done this for several years, so I think that he is perhaps trying to push the blame onto me when he full well knows that this is the result of his own laziness.
Nasty things can lurk in caves, you know. Sounds like maybe we should be compensated a bit more.
I'm sure 500 gold pieces will do you just fine.
You can't hurt a man for asking.
True. We will see. Maybe we can talk more after you come back from the successful mission, no?
Hopefully we'll come back.
I hope so too. I don't want anybody else going missing in my mine. Bad for business.
Speaking of going missing, you said that your mine branches out in 3 different directions?
Yes, more or less, there are 3 main veins where we go down. The glowmites were said to be in the center vein, so they should have traveled down the middle. And, well, this was the location that Aisha told me about, so if they were going to be anywhere, I would imagine this would be the spot.
This might be a long shot, but do you perchance have a map? Or could maybe do a crude drawing so that we don't get lost in there?
Sure, I can root you something out. And he sort of goes behind the counter, shuffles around. You can hear the sound of sort of paper, brushing against each other. He's rustling through this box. Comes out with a small sort of scroll. Here you go. It's not much, but it should show you the basic route of the cave.
Much appreciated. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Well, if you're all ready and have every bit of information you need, let's not waste time dilly-dallying. I can get you down there whenever you want.
I want to look over them and see if I think they know something they're not telling me.
Sure. Give me a insight check.
First roll of the night.
11.
11. Okay. So, as you scan through, looking at their faces, watching these conversations unfold, just sort of stood at the back, you look at Pietro. He looks non-suspicious. And as you look at Yanma, Aisha, non-suspicious. You look at the man in the back in the shadows, whose name is Monroe. Doesn't seem suspicious either. Everybody seems more or less like they've got their cards on the table.
Look around the room. Is there anything valuable?
So as you look around the room, you can see pickaxes and other miners' tools attached by various fixtures onto the walls or in a pile on the floor around you. It's not necessarily like a super clean facility. Like there's dirt and dust on the ground, bits of rock and rubble that have sort of been brushed to the side of the room. a few oil lanterns just dangling, rope. But apart from that, there's not a whole lot of interest.
Okay.
Is it dark in the cave?
Yes, it is a little dark, so we can supply you with oil lanterns if you would need.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Sure. So he goes around and hands you each an oil lantern with a sufficient amount of oil to keep it lit for a little while.
Did we learn anything about Monroe? I don't think we talked.
No, you haven't spoken to him yet. Up till now, he's just sort of been observing in the back, watching this conversation take place.
I'll go up and ask him. So, what's your role in all this?
Well, I work the elevator in and out of the mine. You probably saw Betsy outside, so I'm the beastmaster who makes her pull the mine shaft up and down. I lowered down the miners and the halfling, and about 20 minutes later I hear yelling and a bell going, so I went back, pulled the elevator back up, and that's when I saw Pietro hollering with his arm hanging off.
And what do you think might cause this?
I'm just an elevator worker. I don't know much, but I don't know. I've been working for Yanma for years, never had a monster attack like this, so I'm inclined to believe him that maybe this woman is perhaps try to scam us, but like I said, I don't know.
We'll see in time.
I do hope so. I'm sure you lot look like a capable lot, so I'm keep my fingers crossed for you.
Well, I'm sure there's not a problem we can't solve.
There's the attitude I like to hear.
Well,
Would
this
you
is,
like me to lower you down, or do you have more questions?
I think I'm ready if everyone else is.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
Alrighty. So, he gestures to you, says, "Alright, come with me." You each make your way outside, back into the sun, and as you open the door, the heat once again hits you, the humidity, you're like, oh, it is a particularly hot day in Karak, and that's saying something, because it's always a hot day in Karak. Ah,
what's that?
Not the
Oh,
I
bot.
really know.
Oh, my atmosphere!
come back. He's back.
He
Back.
lives again.
Yay!
So, you all walk outside into the blazing heat of midday Karak. Walk maybe 20 feet to the elevator, which, now that you're up close, doesn't look like the safest contraption you've ever seen. So, you know, it's basically attached by a series of ropes that goes around underneath the winch and then up on top, and then there's basically just a hole in the ground which is just big enough for this mine elevator to just lower all the way down. You notice that the door is just sort of flapping forward and backwards. Monroe says, "Oh, don't mind that. Broke a couple days ago, so for now it's just sort of hanging. If you like, I can tie it shut for you."
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
I know it
You
don't
sure
look
you
much,
can hold
but
me?
we never had a problem. Well, I probably wouldn't be able to on my own, but I'm sure Betsy here's just strong enough. And he sort of slaps her on the rump and pulls a carrot out of his pocket, walks over and begins to just sort of like talk to her. So he slides one hand behind her sort of frill and with the other hand feeds her this carrot.
Teddy is very amused by Betsy. Very, very amused.
You want to go pet him, Teddy? You want to go pet her?
Cannot.
Is that
My pet,
wise?
your friend.
She loves petting if you're so inclined. She's quite friendly.
How big is the? So wait, how big is?
So
Betsy
the
is. I was gonna say
tri-
Betsy's the Triceratops, right? Okay.
Yeah, Betsy's the Triceratops, a bit bigger than somewhere between a rhino and an elephant.
Okay, so
for-
Teddy's
for, like,
still
size-wise.
almost.
Yeah.
Pretty much as tall as she would probably be. Huh?
Yeah, definitely.
He walks up to her like a little puppy, like he's kind of scared. He tries to pat on the side of the head there.
So as you put your hand forward to pat, a little bit, slightly nervous, you pat down, and she just sort of moves towards you slowly, making an effort not to gouge you with the horns, and sort of just moves her head back and forth with a little tiny wag of her scaly tail.
Allie, look, it's a big kitty.
Careful
It's
not
a
to
big
pet him
kitty.
too hard.
So cute.
Yay! Thank you for
Righty-ho.
letting me pet your kitty.
You're very welcome. How's about we get you all in this elevator and on with your mission?
Yes.
I give Teddy a high five.
Good kitty.
Alrighty. Good luck.
You too?
Thank you.
So, one by one, you all get into the steel cage. And about a minute later, after Monroe has walked around, sort of checking things are properly tied, like looking under, tying something, walks back to Betsy. All right, let's go. Slaps her, and she just sort of 1 foot backwards, sort of scraping up some dust, and then slowly and cumberlessly sort of reverses. And as she does, you feel the elevator sort of grind out of its spot and then just slowly start jutting downwards. Every so often, you sort of holding on to the railings, not sure exactly if this is how the elevator is supposed to work. But then it begins to be more of a controlled descent, and you slowly but surely make your way down to the subterranean mine below. The journey takes about 10 minutes at a slow pace, and there's a few moments in that 10 minutes where you're like, oh shit, the elevator's gonna break, and it doesn't. It gets you all the way to the bottom before it sort of hits the rock hard bottom of this shaft, and the door sort of swings open, clattering into the cage and then sort of moving back and forth. But you guys are now in the mine.
I assume, is it dark or are there lanterns on the walls?
So it's completely dark at the moment. There are lanterns. Those of you with dark vision would see that there are lanterns attached to the wall, but none of them are lit.
I was about to say, Mr. DM, I have dark vision.
Wait, let me get the picture.
Get the picture.
Same.
Here it is.
Oh, incredible. But yeah, you guys are now down in the mine.
I want
Can't
to.
remember if I have dark vision.
Oh, I want to detect the direction to the closest planar portal within 1 mile of me.
Can you do that?
Yes. I don't expect there to be one, but I still want to do it.
That's
It's the
incredible.
elevator.
Yeah.
So, as you close your eyes, concentrate, you're like, okay, planar portal, think of planar portals. You sort of feel as a radius around you, you're scanning further out, and as you get to the edge of your sort of boundaries, you don't detect any interplanar portals within your radius.
Okay.
Wah, wah.
Can I light one of the lanterns that were given by Yanmer, right? It was Yanmer who gave us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Can I light
indeed.
one?
Yep.
Okay.
So you go about, I'll say you have like a little match or something, strike it up and put it into the little pot, and the oil lantern is lit. It's sort of like a radius one rather than a channeled. That sometimes you have those oil lanterns with like 3 closed walls, so it
Mhm.
goes out and forward in front of you. But this is just sort of 4 glass panes around it, so you get like a nice bit of light coming back at you and going forward. You hold it out at an arm's length. You can see that there are on the ground some tracks for what you assume is for minecarts. There's sort of like wooden foundations which are holding up the frame of the mine, which have sort of half integrated into the stone walls. There's just sort of a lot of cobble rocks around your feet, occasional like bits of rope cut off, or like a mining tool that's been left behind. You would know, based on the map that you've got, that approximately 10 minutes walk away from you, like further into the mine, is the first sanctum, where it sort of opens up, and then there's a few smallish tunnels in the mine, which are mostly dead ends. But that's sort of the largest space closest to you.
How tall are the mine shafts? Like, Teddy crouched
So-
over.
Yeah, so they're probably about 10 feet high, luckily for Teddy, and
Okay,
maybe
good.
about, let's say about 6 feet wide.
Good. Great. Okay, cool.
Are you more than 6
Doesn't
feet
need-
wide?
He's not that large.
Okay.
He's chunky.
He's not that chunky, no.
He's thick.
Thick. No. Chunky. Stop, Firefly.
Oh,
All right.
Shall we head to the
Yeah, to the sanctum.
path that they indicated?
I mean, if there's something attacking us, or if there's something in here, I like group up the people. I'm like, do we want to be? Are we trying to be stealthy? Are we just gonna go in? What's our plan here? Because there's something in the mines, apparently, from what we know, that is attacking people and knocking them out. Are we just gonna?
It's a good idea.
Up to you guys.
Well,
No one speak up
Everybody-
at once. Not
I-
everyone.
I am happy to go stealthily.
All right. If I throw like a
How stealthy do you think a 8-foot Goliath is gonna be?
Well, the issue is I don't have dark vision, so like, if I try to stealth without light,
right.
like ahead of
Oh.
us, you know.
Wait, actually, like 1 sec. Mojo, do Goliaths have dark vision? Because I looked it up and I was like,
I
I'll
don't.
Can't
check
find
for you
yes or
right
no.
now. Check for you right now.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I was
No,
like,
it's not a
thinking,
problem
I
at
was
all.
like, do I actually have like? Because I guess if he had dark vision, he could help Allie
Yeah.
out.
No,
but-
no dark vision, unfortunately.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Okay. Sounds good.
We have.
I mean, as we walk, can we like look out for signs of a struggle or the
Sure,
place
sure.
where the guy got
Jacked.
yeah.
Sure.
Well, Pietro got smashed like
Got
10.
got.
He said after 10 minutes of walking.
Yeah.
So I failed to mention, he probably would have mentioned that this took place within that first sanctum, which is also, the 10 minutes worth of walking.
Shall we go?
Well,
Yeah.
I guess so. Let's just.
What's
So,
All right. If I have so like if I toss like a rag or something over the lantern,
Mhm.
or like a kind of a cloak or something, am I able to dim it, or would it just
yeah,
completely
100%.
illuminate
Yeah,
it?
you could. There would obviously be like a bit of an auburn glow coming from like under the cloak and
Yeah.
below you, but it would certainly stop a lot of the radius of the light.
so just try not to make too much noise.
And I'm okay. I'll stealth ahead and check for traps and
Sounds good.
just like
Give me
keep a
stealth
general
check
lookout.
and a perception check, please.
Yes, sir.
Be careful, Allie.
A natural 20.
Woo!
Ooh.
Let's go.
So I just disappear
go,
into the
dude.
shadows, I guess.
Yep. Just-
Perception. Uh, 14 for perception.
So, yeah, you hold the lantern out sort of in front of you, and then, like a vampire, hold your cloak over it with the left hand, and then walk like sort of half run forward, sort of jitting your eyes back and forth across the cave, looking up down, just silently moving barefootedly across the. Oh no, are you wearing shoes? I was like, oh, Hobbit, but maybe you're wearing shoes. Are you wearing shoes?
What you wearing?
I would totally know what my character is wearing. No, I think they would be wearing shoes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so even with shoes on, nimble like a mouse, moving down the mine, you manage to get a good amount until you can see the inner sanctum. Up to now, no traps, and you can't see anyone about.
I don't know if the others were like waiting or if they
I
were
would like to
following
follow
behind.
I
stealthily
don't know. I
Yeah.
would
and
like to
not
try.
send Allie into a place where
What
a
do you mean?
halfling got bodied.
Sure. I'll say
Sure.
by the time Ali gets there, it's not long before the rest of the party catch up with relative stealth, and none of you notice anybody about as you get to the opening of this inner sanctum, which is a large section of the cave, which has clearly been sort of like a natural gap inside of the cave where they've managed to dig to. So it's probably about maybe 18 foot high, and then probably a similar distance, maybe like 40 foot wide and across. You can see this is sort of, it has a lot of the same, pickaxes, laid down tools and such. You can tell that it is worked in, as there's some tracks that sort of run through, one that connects to the path that you've just come from. But there is nobody here.
Allie, where are you? I'm scared.
I go up to Teddy. Don't worry, right here.
Very dark.
Can I
Smells
look around
weird
for
now.
like,
What do you want to look around for, sir?
like signs of a struggle, like scrapes on the walls and stuff like that?
Sure. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. I take it by this point you've got your lantern lit, or do you have dark vision?
I have dark vision, so.
Okay, got you.
Not gonna bother. 16.
16. So, it doesn't take you long as you sort of scout about, looking for, like you said, signs of a struggle or something, before you come across a few shards of broken glass that sort of crunch under your foot, and then you look down and notice there is quite a bit of broken glass, maybe 20 feet to the right of where you guys came in. You crouch down to get a better look, and you see a dark liquid sort of in a puddle underneath. As you concentrate on it, you can see there's that sort of metallic glow and the metallic sort of shimmer on it, and you can tell that it's oil. So you assume that this must be from a smashed oil lantern. Looking around more, you're like, okay, this is clearly where it happened. You stand up
Yeah.
and look around, and there isn't much more in the vicinity.
While I'm sort of doing this, I probably have like 2 fingers to my temple, sort of reaching out, like, oh yes, the spirits, they're telling me something happened here. I'm
love
doing all
this.
that.
Brilliant.
There's definitely a presence about.
Is that oil on the ground?
Yes, mysterious oil.
Yeah. Mysterious oil.
No, I'm kidding. It comes from a lantern.
Oh. Yes. I knew that.
And there's 3 ways?
Yeah,
go
so
from
there's
the
like
center?
3 main paths that go down, almost in like a bird's foot, kind of like one to the left, one to the right, one down the center. The
Can we-
glass is closest to the one
To the right,
near the
yeah.
center, and you have been
Oh.
told that's sort of where they were set to go.
Can we tell whether some sort of creature went in that direction or any other direction?
Sure, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Sure. Favorite terrain? Yes, no?
I don't know, is it Underdark?
It's not, no. I put desert because you said it was like a desert area.
Ah, got
Ooh,
you,
we
got you.
got you baited.
I mean,
You got guts, son!
let me know. Yes, no? Okay.
Yeet.
Yeah, no, sorry, this
Okay.
this probably wouldn't be your favorite terrain.
8!
8. You look around, sort of brushing your handle on the ground, you know, pick it up in front of your face, rub your fingers together as the dust falls from your hand. No tracks, unfortunately. Because of the nature of the mine, it would have been very hard to see any tracks anyway, because of the hard stone floor. Yeah, the nature of the ground here isn't especially good for leaving any tracks.
Okay. I guess let's head to the center path then.
Do you guys want me to go ahead again, or do we just want to go in?
Up to you.
Alright, I'll go ahead and stealth ahead again a little bit. Check for traps.
Okay, sure thing. Go ahead and give me the same rolls, please.
Oh, fuck. That's a 7 on stealth.
Okay. Yep.
and an 18 on perception.
Okay, so eyes like a hawk. You run forward, cloak over your lantern, sort of treading forward. Your eyes just like, where's the trap? Where's the trap? Are there any traps about? Up, looking at the ceiling. Your foot gets caught on on the sort of rail of the mining cart track, and you stumble a little bit, kick a rock, which sort of bounces and makes a bit of an echoey noise. You're like, okay, I don't think anyone heard, and you don't see any tracks. You don't see any traps, sorry.
What do I see as I like? I'm using this very sarcastically. Sneak forward.
Sure. So you don't see any people. And basically all you see is kind of more of the same. This is now sort of like a thinner tunnel, maybe like 5 feet wide. And now this tunnel is probably more like 8 feet tall. So Teddy going down is going to have to get a bit of a stiff neck, so trying to make his way under. But yeah, you see a lot of the same sort of mining tools and mining equipment, pins in the wall, and the same wooden foundations keeping the mine up. But this path goes on for quite a while. In fact, you guys are walking. There's many sort of different turns and twists that you could take along the way, but in looking down them, you can see that a lot of them are dead ends.
And we
You
also have the
continue
map.
walking down. Sorry?
We also have the map.
Yeah. So you would be able to see, like, checking back on the map, which tunnels are dead ends and don't really lead anywhere, and where the next sanctum is from sort of where you've just come from. It would probably take a couple of hours to continue walking until you reach the next sanctum. And somewhere along that journey, perhaps about 15 minutes into that journey, you can hear a rumbling. And you're like, oh shit. You sort of hold onto the side, dust begins to fall and clatter against the ground. Bits of rubble begin to shake on the ground. Go ahead and all give me a dexterity save.
That's a 9 for
A
me.
9.
It's 14.
Okay.
15.
15.
I have advantage on Dex. Or
Yeah,
Dex
go
save-
ahead and use that dex saving throw.
Thank God I have 12.
Yep.
I got
Um,
20.
20. Was that 20, did you say? Sorry, Zyson?
Yeah, 20.
Cool. So, all of you manage to evade the rocks that begin to sort of crack and drop from the ceiling in front of you guys. You can hear sort of a rumble coming from way ahead of you guys, and it's hard to tell whether it's the earthquake or something else. And you don't have a lot of time to ask these questions as rocks appear to fall from the ceiling above you. Each of you manage to thankfully move out of the way as they clatter into the ground around you. The dust finally settles, and you just sort of wide-eyedly stare around, realizing you came pretty close to being hit by a rock. At least Ali came pretty close to being hit by a
Yeah,
rock.
I'm like, what? I survived that? Amazing.
Yeah, like a particularly big rock landed quite close to you, but you managed to jump back out of the way. But yeah, you're all safe. Rocks fall, no one dies.
Is this? I mean, we've been at least Teddy and me have been around in the area for a little bit. Is this like, are tremors like this normal or?
Not particularly. I mean, it's not unheard of for these things to happen, but it's still a rarity when it does. So, yeah, this would probably pique your interest.
Can I try to use lingering magic to try to like detect magic?
Yeah, sure. What's the radius?
I don't. Hold on, I don't know. I have it on my features, so
That's fine.
let me. Of course, that's not the question that I want.
It's the detect magic spell.
Is
So
it?
It's not detailed on your character sheet necessarily.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Okay, I'll find it for you.
30 feet.
30 feet?
30 feet. So, this is just after the rocks have fallen. About 15 minutes into the walk, you close your eyes and sort of try to sense if there's any sort of magic that's been cast in the 30 feet radius of this tunnel. You concentrate for a little while and you come to the conclusion that no magic has been cast here in the last, well, as far as you can tell, there hasn't been any magic cast here as long as you can sort of sense.
Yeah. So I mean, if there was magic, you would glow the color of whatever magic it was, but
That's absolutely incredible. I'm
yeah.
keeping that in mind.
Amazing.
So he just kind of like looks back down at Teddy and just shakes his head.
Okay, so are you all proceeding down the shaft? Down the
Keep going.
Yeah.
So, like I said, probably takes about 2 hours until you reach the next sanctum, which is of a similar measurement to the last one that you were in. Pretty high ceiling, about 40 feet wide and far back. So as you get there, you see that there are like several stones which have been placed in a particular way to make steps that allow you to drop down maybe 10 feet, sort of walk down 10 feet onto the floor of this next sanctum. It's took you approximately 2 hours of just walking through this tunnel. Teddy is probably getting a bit of a stiff neck by this point, but So you'd be relieved to finally be able to stretch it up a little bit.
So
And yeah,
weird. Like
you are.
the Pietra was attacked within the first 10 minutes of their travels, and we've been walking around for like 2 hours now. And there's been no signs of anything essentially.
Perhaps they were lying about something or other. Maybe they were
Hey,
doing
Big
something
Kitty, do you
weird.
smell something? He like
Hmm?
he turns to who's the Tibet? It's called.
Yarn.
Do you smell
I
anything?
have a name.
Yarn. That's right. Yes. Sorry, Kitty. Do you smell anything? Kitties smell good, right? Yes.
I don't particularly have a better sense of smell than you do, but I suppose I can give it a try. And I humor Teddy and smell. Do I smell anything?
Give me a perception check, my friend.
Ooh.
16.
So, you do smell
Ooh.
something.
Whoa!
Let's go.
As you sort of stand there, humoring Teddy, close your eyes. You do catch a whiff of a couple things. Firstly, there is a scent of sort of sulfur and a sort of burning smell.
Oh, that I farted. I'm sorry.
which sort of
No,
that you-
not
that you
that.
catch
The
a whiff
other
of.
thing.
But the second thing
I wasn't
you
going to
smell
mention that one.
is the smell of sweat and blood. And as you look down into this next sanctum, you see two sort of dark bundles on the floor of the cave.
Okay.
Are you relaying that back?
Yes.
Good job, Kitty.
Good thing, Teddy.
Yes.
I'm glad I joined up with you guys.
Oh, he tries to pat Yarn on the head. Good.
Yarn is used to this.
I love this.
Good job, Yarn.
Could I do an Arcana check on the bundles just to make sure they're not like a trap or something?
Of course. So, as you step down and you get closer to the bundles, does Celsia? She does have. They do have dark vision, right?
Yeah, up to 60 feet.
Okay. So, it wouldn't take you long before getting to the bundles to realize that they are, in fact, bodies lay on the ground of two dwarven men, dark skin, thick black beards of varying lengths between them, lay lifelessly on the ground. Do you still want to make an Arcana check, by the way?
I guess just to see if maybe they were killed with magic.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a roll for that, please.
13.
13. So, after seeing this, you decide to do an Arcana check on the sort of the bodies of these two dwarven men, and one of them does come back with you sort of sense that there has been some sort of magic involved with whatever happened to him. He is more clad in sort of like leather tunic, whereas one of the other ones, the only other one, sorry, there's two of them on the ground. He doesn't come back as having any sort of magic done to him. He's shirtless with a bunch of sort of old, worn tattoos across his body.
These are dwarves, right?
Two dwarves, yeah.
Didn't the guy mention dwarves?
Yeah, there were 5 dwarves that were sent
5?
down.
5.
Yeah.
So
I can
1,
remember things.
2.
Hey, good job, Teddy.
Thank you. I've been practicing.
No.
2. So that means there's 2 left. Yes.
Try again. I hold up Teddy's hand. This is 5.
5.
Hmm.
Yes.
And then you take away 2.
Oh, 3.
And I like-
three.
Good
Right,
job.
perfect.
Yeah,
Three,
yeah,
three,
yeah,
three
awesome.
left. There's 3 left.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 squished dead small men here,
Hmm.
and there's 3 other ones that hopefully are not squished dead. Right?
Hopefully not. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Cat-
Celsia just kind of calls you an idiot under her breath, or under their breath.
He's a
I
Goliath.
shoot them like a very, very mean look.
It's got a very big brain, you know.
Okay.
Can we tell how the other one died?
So it doesn't take long before you look at the other one, before you realize that his neck has just been cracked and his head is now almost like 90 degrees the wrong way. So that answers that, I suppose.
Yep.
Yes, the spirits confirm as such.
Do the spirits tell you anything else?
It is hard to make contact with them down here. The walls are thick. And there isn't there's not a natural presence.
It's taking over your tongues. No, be gone. Ah.
Oh, okay, I think I banished the demon. It was close.
How many exits are there out of this room?
So, this room, looking at the map, you can see is actually a little bit of a dead end. There are a few narrow pathways that go down nothing more than, 10 meters, where they've clearly forked off to be like, oh, is there anything down here? No, let's turn back.
Death.
So basically the whole sanctum itself is a bit of a dead end. But clearly some people came down here. At least the miners came down here.
Do they have any loot on them? I wanna rifle through them.
Go ahead. So, rifling through their pockets, you're like, okay, what do these guys have? You find a gold pouch with
Yeah.
maybe like 5 silver in there.
Mhm.
You find a half-eaten bit of chicken leg, and you probably find that's probably about it.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't ask.
Don't worry about it. They don't mind.
Hmm.
Then I pocket the 5 silver.
Alrighty.
I wish I could write this down, but my cat is lying on my notepad.
Not allowed.
Mm-mm.
Not allowed. No cats. By yarn. You said this was still like a big open area, right?
Yeah.
Can I consult on the wait, they just said straight is branching out of the sanctum area. Is it similar in like 3 passages from here? Or
Not so much. They're more like maybe like 4 different small pathways, but you can see that on the map they only go for so long in a straight line and then were seemingly abandoned. So they just sort of
so
tunnels
this
to
is
nowhere.
essentially just a dead end sanctum thing.
Mm-hmm. It is indeed.
Did the falling rocks like block the path behind us, or
No. The path behind you is still clear and easy to walk through.
Can we tell where whatever killed these guys went?
Go ahead and give me a perception check on the room.
Smell again. kid.
7.
Or an investigation. Do you get better investigation?
8.
Okay, so with your investigation, looking around the room, you scan around. You can't make a whole lot out, unfortunately.
I'm gonna ask someone to help me out here.
Yeah, could I also roll perception?
Give me an investigation.
Investigation? Oof, okay. 11.
Okay, so a little bit better. You run your hands on the walls, sort of looking around, until you notice that one of the walls has seemingly been fused together from two different walls, or at least it looks like that. It's sort of like the stone has been like melted together. Something about it looks very, very strange, and you haven't really seen anything like this in the mine up until now. It's as if the walls just collided together, and yeah, there's this sort of unnatural weld in the rock that's quite bizarre to you.
Do you point this out to the rest of
Yes.
the party?
Yes,
Can
I
I
do.
go? Can I go check it out?
Sure thing.
We try to open it.
So, pushing your fingers into any gaps you can, and try to
Wait,
like pull apart. these-
no, I'm not. Nope, not putting any fingers anywhere. Just looking at it from a safe distance.
Shove them in.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
stick your bloody
sure.
fingers in.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
No,
it's-
I'm looking at it from a safe distance without touching it.
Yeah. Is Mortimer trying to like prise these two walls apart?
I mean, go on.
So, trying to pull them apart. Mortimer has not a lot of luck, as these two cave walls, like I said, are like probably like 20 feet tall, and I mean they're just mounted like walls in a mine, so there's not a whole lot you can do with your strength to try and pull them apart.
I am very strong, so it's kind of unnerving.
All right, after Mortimer does that, can I check if I can see any like levers, buttons, anything that would, you know?
Sure. Perception check, please.
Hmm. 18.
So 18. You look around the room for levers, buttons, anything that sort of looks like it may open this, any sort of mechanism, and you don't see anything of that description, and you're almost giving up hope when you see beveled into the ground a ritual ring, some sort of strange pattern on the ground, just sort of as if it's been chiseled in
Is it a
in the center
pentagram?
of the room. Yeah. Yeah, like a pentagram.
Oh fuck.
Oh, we could do a seance.
I gotta.
Does anybody have speak with dead?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Do you actually?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, that's
There
what
you
my
go.
god. I'm not surprised.
Mortimer, would you like to speak with the dead?
Yeah, would you?
Oh, I would absolutely love to
Be
speak
our
with the
guest.
dead. So I'm gonna. I need candles.
I
we
have
take
a
the
torch.
candles out of our lanterns, like.
Yo,
can't-
fuck
you
it, place the lanterns around.
All right.
So, with 5 lanterns placed
Ooh.
around the corpses, you stand
Oh my god.
next to them.
Spirits, speak with me, I beseech you. Reach out and touch me. And then I make the lanterns flicker a little bit with Thorn.
You all see the lanterns begin to flicker as Mortimer holds his hands forward.
I hide behind Teddy.
I can hear them. They're confused. But they're all shouting at once. I can't make them out.
What is this weird man doing?
I don't know.
I mean, you said speak with the dead.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't be able to hear that. He's probably just talking to Ali, but.
Okay.
It's okay.
No, we're just shit talking
You're
behind
busy
your
with
back.
the
Don't worry
spirits.
about
You
it.
definitely can't hear
Shit.
us. Anyway.
What are they telling you?
There is something monstrous here.
Hey, that's not nice to call me. It's not
Yeah, what the
very
fuck, dude?
Listen, I don't. They're just telling me it. Not very happy either.
Can I inside check him?
Go ahead. Give me an insight check and give me a performance check for, or a deception check for Mortimer.
I'm not lying. What do you mean?
That's a 7. I'm probably very impressed and believe everything.
Noted.
Well, that's 25.
25.
Yeah.
It seems pretty believable.
Oh, holy shit.
What did Ali get?
Oh, I got a 7. I am impressed.
I mean, my deception is +7, so.
Well, well,
Mortimer has spoke with the dead right in
Yep.
front of you.
Wow.
I believe it.
Seeing is believing.
Did we really see anything though?
Yeah, you saw stuff.
Did stuff get like reanimated or?
The lights flickered, okay?
Yeah,
Oh, that
lights
was it.
flickered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the lights
okay.
flickered.
That
It's
was it,
proof,
alright.
Clearly.
Stop
you know?
questioning the man that speaks with the dead.
Yes.
Right.
He obviously wields enormous power.
They don't call me Mortimer the Magnificent for nothing.
Hmm.
I'm sure that's
By
what
the
they
way-
call you.
They do.
Yeah,
I have a
who?
flyer if you'd like.
Please.
Please.
people-
Please.
Okay.
I-
I only have the one though. I wasn't thinking.
I look at the flyer. What does the flyer say?
Oh, it's just like it's just a picture of me. It's drawn on it with Mortimer Magnificent written over it. And it's like it's like one of those old timey parlor magician advertisements.
Oh, is it the picture?
Something like that. Yeah, like that. Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have a very nice mustache.
Thank you.
Did you draw this?
I did draw this.
What? Amazing, dude.
Awesome.
So does anyone recognize this sigil thing, ritual circle?
Can I make an Arcana check on it just while I'm
Go ahead.
clearly communicating with the dead?
While we're at it,
Or oh fuck, that's not good. 8.
It's definitely a ritual circle.
Yes. I would know. I'm performing a ritual right now.
I have deduced it is a ritual circle. Oh.
And you said it was like carved into like stone or something?
Yeah, it's like beveled in. It's just like carved into the floor, seemingly.
Does it look
Although you
new,
can't see
or
any
does it look?
tools that have been done. It's
Does it
been
look like
used
it's-
to make it.
Been there
What's the
for a really
question?
long time?
Go ahead and give me a investigation check.
Investigation.
9!
Hard to tell.
Rolling like
Hard to
crap.
tell.
Well,
It's okay. You're just saving the good rolls for later,
Yeah,
right?
no, that's
Yeah.
what that's the idea.
Yep.
Could I also roll Arcana?
Hell yeah. Go ahead.
7.
It's a ritual circle, all right.
ah.
Now you can back that up because you know it.
See, I'm not a liar.
I mean, can
I
we?
speak
Can I
only
just?
truth.
Can I just roll it for shits and giggles? Why not?
Go ahead.
10. Take that.
Hey.
Now,
Double
now
digits.
most of you know that this is a ritual circle.
Oh shit.
Woo!
I mean, we
Are
can just
the
stand around, or we
dwarves
could go.
near the ritual circle, or are they? Is the
They're-
ritual circle
They're
just
pretty
kind of
close to the ritual circle. Maybe 7 or 8 feet away from the ritual circle.
Can you
They're sort
ask
of like
the dead
slumped
people
next
if,
to the-
if they did that?
Yes. They
He
seem a little
gives him- he gives-
distracted, though.
He gives him a really weird look, like very confused.
Yes. At the time of their demise, they were very agitated.
Because they were dying.
Something else. One keeps coming at me. His other half. There is some. There's a bit of a story there.
Yes.
I should have prepared for this better. I was like, you know what?
You set yourself up. Now you must suffer.
I could
You're
watch
doing great.
hours.
You're doing
Hours
great.
of those
though.
seance shows where they do the fake seances.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
I know.
I'm just gonna practice that, and then I was like, I don't really have time this week. Oh well, maybe it'll be fine. I won't actually have to do one.
It's alright. Teddy would believe anything you say. So
Okay.
honestly, yeah. He's very amused.
I'm glad.
So they died bad. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
They're leaving me now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Tell them to come back.
No, they can't. They've already passed over to the void.
Oh. Now what?
I don't know. I was
I mean,
kind of
we could
hoping someone
go-
else would figure something out.
We could go
All of
explore
us
the
rolled
other
like trash.
tunnels, I guess, right? Like, there's 4 other tunnels. We might not
Yeah,
find
there's-
anything,
there's
but it's
4
better
small
than standing
areas.
around.
That's true.
You
You're
can take some
right.
time to go down there.
Yeah.
All right, we split the party into 4, right? That's what we do
Yes.
here.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Sounds like a great idea.
So who's going to be the duo?
Who do
Well,
you think's
Teddy
gonna
and
be the
Allie.
duo?
Yeah.
Well, this seems.
Duh.
Hmm.
I'm
I
guessing.
feel like we should
Unreasonable.
protest this plan and go down one of the paths together.
Do you want to hold my hand, kitty?
You want to hold
No,
his hand?
because
Oh.
I'm hoping that if the monster appears, you go in and bash it in the face,
Oh.
and I will stay back and shoot it in the face.
What if it's nice?
Then we can hold hands at that time.
Okay. 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 Yes. Do that.
You can hold my hand, Teddy, if you want.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and I guess we lead the way. Let's go.
How does
All right.
go.
how does Teddy hold Allie's hand?
Well, I assume that Teddy's just like Allie like jumps up and holds Teddy's hand, and then Teddy just kind of carries them a little bit.
I was like, he probably has very long arms, but like not that long.
You could
Yep,
just like
probably
ride
just
on their
carries.
shoulders.
Just yeah, you're just riding on Teddy's shoulder.
Well, usually that's what I do, but the tunnels here aren't that high. I feel like that's a really bad idea. I would just be like scraping my head on
are
the
we in
ceiling.
an open area though? Do they get smaller again?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
like a
okay.
smaller, more claustrophobic
Oh, okay, yeah.
tunnel.
He's just dragging Allie.
got you. Okay, so
Checking
walking
for
up-
traps. Checking for traps.
give me the old perception.
Yep. 14.
All right. No traps in here. But as you approach the dead end of the tunnel, you see an auburn glow, a small bundle on the ground ahead of you. And as you focus in on it, you can see that it is a juvenile glow mite, which is just sort of wriggling, like
Jeez.
scuttling around
shit.
slowly at the,
Can I
at the
grab it?
end. Yeah, sure, you can approach. As you walk over, it really doesn't like pay you much attention at all. You see the one big eye look up at you. You can tell that it's young, and it's just sort of like moving around, pushing through tiny little rocks on the ground. As you wrap your hands around it, it sort of just falls back into your grasp with its 6 little tiny legs just wriggling in the air.
Hey,
It's quite helpless.
Teddy, I got you a friend.
Ooh,
And I pass it on to Teddy.
shiny.
Very expensive friend.
Huh? No, friends are priceless. Be quiet.
Yes, he sure is.
He tries to. He just holds on to it, just doesn't really pay much mind.
All right, got you. So you're
Just
now in the
just carrying
possession.
it like in his palm, like he doesn't
Yeah.
really. He's just holding it.
Yeah, like as if it was a teddy bear or something.
Yeah,
just
like it's like very fragile. He's just like carrying it around.
I love this thing.
What?
This thing is my thing.
This thing that I will protect. He likes
What you
little
gonna name
small
it?
things. I don't know. Red. Cause it's
Ah, it's a good
red.
name. Yeah, that's a good name.
Okay. Okay. Let's go.
So I'm
Alright,
guessing you guys are
into-
gonna head back to the main sanctum, right? From this little path that you've reached the end
Seems
of.
reasonable.
Okay, I'm going to nip the toilet really quick. You guys can plan what you want to do next. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, I don't know what to do. Uh,
Honestly, my character would just explore the tunnels.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a good thing to start with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I know enough about subterranean creatures to make an assumption as to what we should do. So
Mm. Not gonna lie, the rumbling, very slightly worrying.
it's
Very,
fine.
very slightly.
It's
like-
probably nothing.
Don't touch the babies of the
Listen,
endemic population.
Mm.
it's just the tectonic plates. They're just having a little bit of a and
Mamas
it's
will
fine.
come find you.
Oh,
Mm.
I actually need to get a drink, so I should probably do that before. you
Totally
start.
not like a huge earthworm that's gonna come like eat our faces or anything. This is fine.
no,
Nah.
that would never happen.
Earthworms can't cast magic. It's a wizard earthworm.
Shit. it's a wizard that's polymorphed into a gigantic earthworm.
Ooh.
I like it.
It's the Alaskan bullworm.
The Alaskan bull. Nice.
Well, here's the thing. We have 2 dead dwarves. There's 3 dwarves still unaccounted for, right?
Yes.
So if we don't find them in the tunnels, they have to have been somewhere. So we're gonna have to
that would
start
be
fucking
the
with the
logic.
ritual circle at some point, right?
We gotta find them. but-
Maybe. Try to dig through or whatever through the closed tunnel.
We're back.
Do we have anything to break through that or anything? Hub has gone to get a drink.
Yeah, that's fine. If any of you want to go get a drink or anything, feel free.
Totally here all the time.
I have a hammer and a crowbar,
Mm-hmm.
What?
Okay.
apparently,
Start.
Alright, you know what? Power to you.
Yeah, man.
and claws.
Ooh,
No.
do have those.
Shit.
I mean, we do have a strong Teddy to swing hammer.
Yeah.
Huh.
Or even just the sword or whatever.
What do I need to swing hammer for?
Break down the
Yes.
wall.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he could definitely do that. Probably, assuming if I have to roll, I roll right.
Mm.
There's a high chance I will.
Just roll low enough for the whole time until Mojo gets annoyed and says, like, yep,
yes.
you succeed this time. Good job.
You know what? That's the one that did it.
Yep, with a 3, you managed it.
So,
Congrats.
yeah, congrats, dude.
No, it takes you a
Considering how
while.
massive Teddy
But
is, he
3
probably
days
should-
later, you in fact slash through.
So there would actually be like pickaxes at the
Oh.
bodies of the 2 miners.
Oh,
that
that's
you
true.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, yeah.
So what you're
That
saying
makes
is that I
sense.
can bash you with a pickaxe.
Listen, I'm not that smart. I wouldn't think
Hell
of that.
yeah.
Listen, I'm not a practical man.
Yeah.
Teddy would not know.
Yeah.
Can Teddy just like sneeze and it shakes the cavern enough to make it fall?
Honestly, probably.
Ultimate
If you haven't noticed, Teddy doesn't realize how big he is. Most of the time,
He's like one of those like 100-pound dogs that just like tries
Oh,
to sit
yeah.
on your lap.
like still thinks they're a puppy. Yeah, no, Teddy is 100% one of those people.
So did,
Or,
wait,
like,
did the
what
things
the-
I smell just come from the bodies? Or was there something else?
Yeah, so you smell like the sort of burning smell.
Where
But
did that come from?
The sweat and the blood was from the bodies. The burning smell came from the wall that is sort of fused together,
Okay.
and the sulfur smell came from the ritual circle.
Okay.
So, do we want to explore the other tunnels first, or do we want to just start messing with the magic wall?
I'm happy
immediately?
to explore the other tunnels.
Sure.
Chaos.
So, for the sake of brevity, I'll
Yeah.
say that you all managed to explore one by one the 4 separate tunnels, one of which that you've obviously already done. You don't find anything there.
Do we see
Okay.
any more of the gem bugs?
Yeah, no more glow mites. It appears that this one is just sort of like a straggler.
We'll find your parents, buddy. Hope we find your dad.
Maybe not.
Shall we try to break through the wall?
Um,
Is everyone back?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Is everyone back?
I think we got everyone.
I think so.
am I able to like use my hunter's bane to try to get some information on the glow mites? Just see what we can find out.
Sure. What is Hunter's Bane?
It gives me advantage on wisdom or on survival checks to track Fey, Fiends, or Undead, and also on intelligence ability checks to recall information about them.
Cool. So,
So I wasn't sure
got
if
you,
it was
got you.
any one of those 3.
Yeah. So an intelligence check would be. You've got nature. So go ahead and give me a nature check.
14.
14. So, similar to what the man told you earlier in the shack, you would know that glow mites are these little subterranean bugs, grubs that can be found in caves all across the region. The large crystals in their back are capable of basically storing large amounts of energy. So artificers and wizards and other mages will break off those crystals, usually killing the glowmite, and always killing the glowmite when they break off all these crystals, and they will use that to store power for later. And they will keep that on their person so they can exhaust all of their sort of magical ability for the day, and then use the energy that they've stored in these crystals in order to recuperate some of that energy and continue battling or pursuing whatever sort of magical thing that they were doing. Because of this, the glow mites are near extinct, and this is mostly due to the Rodashi, who have farmed them to death. And now there is very, very few left, which is why this find is such a big one, especially for the people of Karak.
I mean, since like Celsius is a researcher and everything, could they maybe just like put the glowmite in a container of some sort and take it with us without
Sure.
like taking the thing out and killing it?
Yeah, you could just continue keeping it with you if you've got some sort of storage to keep it in.
I don't know how big it is, but I have an ink bottle that I could pour the ink out of and just throw it in there.
So it's about the size of a house cat.
Okay. Could I just put it in my backpack?
Sure.
It's
If
mine.
Teddy
Teddy's
gives it
still
you.
holding it. You gonna try to grab that from
okay.
Teddy?
Well, no. Okay, Teddy can hold it.
Good call.
If he gets
Good call.
tired of holding it, he can just put it in my backpack.
Okay. He'll keep that in mind. These things aren't like mean, are they?
No. From what you know, they're pretty docile, which is partially why they've been so overhunted, because it's
Right.
kind of like dodos, they spent so much time on the island with no predators, so when predators showed up they were like, oh,
What the?
what are you?
Hello,
and then they
friend.
got jacked.
Well, enjoy your pet, buddy.
Well, yes.
Its name is Red.
Yes.
So, did you say that Teddy was gonna try making a swing at this wall?
Oh, we can.
Yeah, if you want to.
If you want, yeah. Is that what everyone wants Teddy to try to do?
Yeah,
You
sure.
can try. So he'll
Yes.
hand you red, or he'll probably try to hand red to Allie, who is like half
Mhm.
its size already. So he just kind of lumps it onto Allie. Since you said it's the size of a small house cat.
Yeah. It's like.
It's like, all right, well, he's gonna give it to Allie, even though probably shouldn't. But do I? So there's pickaxes around, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna try to pick one up. Where do you want him to like swing? Is there like a spot in the wall that we want to swing at, or?
The crack, right? There was like
Crack
it was
there?
like two walls meeting each other, so there's like a crack running somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay.
there is like a weld in between them. So as you kneel down to grab the pickaxe, you notice that this other dwarf is basically like punched full of small holes, and there's a bit of blood sort of pooling around him. As you pick up the pickaxe, it's got like a little bit of blood on the underside, which drips over your fingers and runs off the bottom. You make your way over to this crack, and you just start swinging. You just go at it. So, if you'd be so kind as to give me an athletics check for the duration of time that you spend mining this wall.
Let's see. 15? Or no,
15,
17. Sorry, I can't do
17.
that.
Cool.
can't.
So you all watch as Teddy's Teddy just takes this pickaxe to the wall with a barbarian ferocity, just smashing at it, and you're all just like a little taken back at just how quick Teddy is managing to get through this wall, just going at it. So you would manage to get maybe 5 feet into the wall before you begin to get really exhausted. You can continue if you want to take a point of exhaustion for each 5 feet you continue.
I mean, not unless there's a need to. I mean, is there anything leading in the tunnel that like?
You can feel it getting hotter as you
Hotter?
proceed through the wall. The wall, like the stone itself, is warm to the touch. You're now dripping in sweat at this point, but the further you get into the wall, the hotter it feels. The cave itself is already quite hot and humid, especially in like this sanctum, but it's getting even hotter the more you go in.
I don't want there to be like lava and just kill
I'll
us
be
all.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god.
Like I'm having some Minecraft flashbacks here, you know?
Yeah, I know that was literally my first thought. I was like, am I gonna open the wall and lava's gonna pour out, and I can't put myself out.
I mean, it's right.
It's very hot, friend.
You want to take a break, Teddy?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I have athletics proficiency, so I could try mining.
Yeah, if you want to take shifts. Is that what we're doing? You switching shifts?
Yeah, I mean, I could dump the pickaxe
let's go.
right,
You're clocking out, bud?
right to their hands there.
Let's mine into the lava. Let's go, boys.
Okay, so I'll
Are we
say
really gonna? All right.
I don't know,
Yes.
dude.
I would say
don't
the
know.
first 5
Come on,
feet
dude.
probably takes about an hour and a half for you to go through. So would Celsia go ahead and give me an athletics check?
Good luck. Got this.
11.
11. So another hour and a half passes. You manage to get another 2 feet into the wall. Really giving it your all, especially with your half-orc sort of build. You know, it's no small feat. Actually, I'd say it's probably fairer to say that you got like 3 feet further into the wall. So now 8 feet.
Hell yeah.
Sort of tunnel
Hey,
going
buggers.
through until the point where like you start seeing, you know, the little sort of black dots when you're starting to get exhausted. You like blink a couple times, you realize that you've sweat and it's maybe been a little while since you took a swig of water, and you think you've probably another hour and a half has passed now, and it's probably best for you to stop. You can continue if you want to take a point of exhaustion.
Wait,
No,
so
thank you.
we've dug 2.5 meters into the wall, and it's still solid stone.
Yeah, as the more you proceed, by the way, Celsia, the hotter it gets, once again.
So we just look silly right now.
You got
I
8
mean-
feet in so far.
There's clearly something through there.
Yes, lava.
What if it's something
Is
else?
there,
though?
is there any indication of how much longer it might go?
Not that you can tell. It's hard to tell. You know, it could go for another 100 feet. It could be another 2 feet. It's
Okay.
it's hard to tell from where you are.
I mean, like, maybe someone could do an Arcana check or like detect magic or whatever to see if there's something magic behind the rock. Because if it's not, then it's probably lava.
I mean, if no one else has a detect magic, I can do it, but I'm assuming you guys can magic. Someone gonna
I
detect
sure don't have detect magic.
Yeah, I don't either.
Teddy
magic.
may
Okay,
be
then
the
I guess I
only
have
one.
to detect magic again. Alright, I guess okay. So he's gonna try to detect magic again.
All right.
Alright.
Give me a. Do you have to roll for that? I can't remember.
No, you just cast it.
So, placing your hand on the wall, detecting magic, you could tell that the joining of these two walls is clearly something that's been done magically, and it's been done recently as well. Hard to tell.
What kind of magic is it?
Great question. Probably what's the name?
Because he would glow whatever color of like magic that is, or school of magic that would be.
Yeah. So let me.
That's pretty cool.
find the name.
Yeah.
Just give me a moment. So it'd be transmutation.
Don't know what color that would be, but yes.
Let me see. It says here transmutation is green.
Okay, so Teddy,
Green?
so this like gray Goliath starts glowing green. Would he be the only one that would like? He would be the only one that would understand it. I'm assuming then.
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm sure that's just what happens when they get hot.
So I mean,
you know?
he'll relay back like what kind of magic it is, though his description is probably not the best. But he says it's like very recent, and there's definitely magic that.
Can I just look at the ring, at the ritual ring thing?
Sure. So you can, as you sort of look down at the ring, you can see that there is sort of like the scripture around it, and then it's obviously got the. Let me just get the picture again.
The little
It's
skulls. and
obviously
stuff
got
at
like the
edges.
square, the two squares that make the star, and then there's two sort of rings with scriptures in.
Do we recognize the scripture?
Which read in a language that Ali at least doesn't understand.
Are there any
Do
signs
I
of like?
understand it? I understand celestial and infernal.
Yeah, I understand abyssal and infernal.
Okay, so you would know that in infernal, it says in the ring, in the sort of rings around, it says basically talks about how a blood sacrifice is required, and it says blood for blood.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, blood is required to open the door and such. Basic loose translation.
Isn't there blood on the pickaxe that Teddy would have been swinging at?
Yeah, there was a whole
was.
load of blood.
So, is that blood?
So, as you sort of pick up the now sort of like cool blood from this dead dwarf, and attempt to like splash it on the ring, nothing happens.
Yeah, we fucked the door.
Maybe it has to be new blood.
Listen.
Man,
Maybe-
I'm a blood hunter. I don't care if I need to cut my hand and put some blood on there.
I don't.
Well,
Give it a shot if you want.
Yeah.
I mean, unless y'all want to do something else first.
nope. I get nothing.
Sure.
Okay. I guess I'll just cut my palm and put it over the middle of the sigil or whatever.
Okay, so drawing a sharp weapon from your side, holding your hand out, slicing down the palm, you all watch as blood trickles from the bottom of the hand and lands in the center of the ritual circle, which begins to faintly glow a dim red as the blood begins to sort of make its way through the pattern, filling it up more and more red with an impossible amount of blood from what is actually dripping from Celsia's hand. But yeah, it really fills up the entire ritual circle before you
Allie
hear.
grabs Teddy's hand and scuttles back into the tunnel
Sure.
where they
So,
came from to
As you
just
do
have a
that, you
distance.
hear another sort of cracking and rumbling as a few rocks start to just not big rocks, but smallish rubble begins to fall from the ceiling, dust again unsettled. As the wall that you've been mining at the last 3 hours begins to crack and unwield itself, and the two walls move apart, revealing a humid, hot air which sort of floods into the room immediately, and an orange glow and the sound of bubbling coming from this hidden section of the cave.
Could I run a
Oh.
perception check on the cave?
You're gonna
Um,
roll a perception check on the cave.
What are you
Oh,
looking
hell
for
yeah.
exactly?
Oh, just see if there's any enemies in there. I guess seems sus.
Okay, so from where you're stood, it's basically like you get it's like as this opens, you can see that the cave continues onwards in sort of on the left side, like a left tangent, and that's where sort of this orange glow is coming from. So where you're stood, you can't really see a whole lot apart from that there is a path that continues further on.
Gotcha.
Can we say that I took a short rest during the time that we were digging, since
Sure
that was a
thing.
really long time?
Certainly.
Excellent. I want to detect portal again.
Sure. So, closing your eyes, trying to detect portal. You still don't detect an interplanal portal.
Darn it. No portals.
Sorry,
But, props for trying. You'll find
Yeah.
one day.
Listen, man.
That's the thing.
There's a portal out there for you somewhere.
I know.
I'm telling you.
I'm really excited for the time when there's going to be a portal.
Is
Um,
it possible for us all to take a short rest? Because
Yeah, I would say that you would all benefit from a short rest during
Okay.
this period,
thank you.
since it has been about 3 hours.
There's bubbling heat, orange
the-
light coming
yeah.
from the tunnel.
And there's infernal on the thing, so that sounds like there's fiends about. Does there seem like there might be fiends about? I don't know, from the nature of the area or
Um,
the nature of the tunnel.
This is not really anything that sort of suggests that. I mean, apart from maybe the writing on the floor, although it is sort of known that it's not necessarily always sort of fiends at work. There are people who
Yeah.
delve into this sort of magic, who aren't devils or fiends.
Would Teddy be able to tell what kind of individual made this or performed this, or just what kind of magic it is?
Yeah, not a whole lot. You wouldn't be able to tell who would have done it or anything. It's
Okay.
you can tell that someone's done it.
Right.
And probably fairly recently.
Right.
Now
right.
that the door is opened, how big is it? Like, how close were we to breaking through it?
2 feet.
Oof, not
Hey.
far.
God damn it.
We're going pretty far.
Shall we go through it in case it closes again?
most likely.
Sure. I just want to, you know, make sure that we're not running into lava.
Well, I can go first if you'd like.
Sure.
It wouldn't hurt me as much. So I'll
Go ahead.
I'll walk
Yeah,
down the
be my guest.
corridor.
All right. You walk down the corridor,
And you die.
and
Oh no!
approximately a minute in, you sort of walk along the left side of this pathway that's now become available to you, and the orange light gets more and more until you can see this opening into another sanctum, and you can hear the bubbling of lava, the sort of spitting of it coming to boil below you, and then sort of like spitting outwards. There is like so much orange light reflecting off the walls that it's almost blinding after spending so much time in a very dim area. You come round, like looking in this sanctum, and you can hear voices.
Oh, like spirits?
Hard for you to tell at this point, but you can definitely
I
hear.
mean, if they were actual spirits, I'd be scared.
Would you though?
You wouldn't know.
Can we like
Well,
tell what the voices are saying, or where they're coming from, or what language they are?
Yeah, you can hear it's common. It's kind of hard to
Oh.
make out exactly what's being said, but you can hear a few people talking to each other over the sound of sort of crackling lava below. They sound like they're relatively close, but not close enough for you to be able to hear exactly what they're saying over the sound.
Do they sound like rough? Like,
Not necessarily.
okay.
It's hard to tell though.
I mean, maybe someone with really good dexterity could try to like sneak up and
sneak
listen to
up
them.
and-
Maybe someone could. I'll relate to the rest of everyone that's like, yeah, there's definitely lava through there, and there's people.
Do you want me to sneak in? See what I can find out?
Take a look.
You're a rogue, right?
Be
Mhm.
careful.
Don't worry,
Yeah,
Teddy.
yeah.
I'll be fine. And I want to stealth.
Alrighty,
Forward.
give me the roll.
Get the roll.
Oh, okay. That is a 24 stealth.
All right.
24. Alright. Let me share my screen.
Oh,
Heck.
Ooh.
So, as you come around the corner, like a nimble cat, you how is that
Ooh.
looking? Can everyone see?
Oh,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
You sort of push around the corner,
Mhm.
and now you get like a good look of the area, and you can
Mhm.
see quite a few people on the other
Mhm.
side. You can
Oh.
see a goblin with sort of like a golden dagger and a blue turban on his head, sort of sat laughing. You can see a tabaxi clad in purple robes. You can see a human man with silver hair stood upright, sort of looking around, but thankfully not in your direction. You see
Bang.
a dwarven woman stood there, and you could see a large red orcish man stood at the very corner, sort of not stood, but like sat and slumped against the side of the
Mhm.
wall with his hands on the back of his head, seemingly taking a nap. And at the back, you could see two miners tirelessly working, digging into the wall.
Are the miners
furthest away from
dwarves?
you. The two dwarven miners, yeah,
Gotcha,
at the back.
gotcha. At least one dwarf.
See, I told you.
I
two
sneak
left.
back and I tell everybody like, guys, okay, quiet. We got company up front. And I tell them like 7 people? They were talking about 5 dwarves, but there's like 7 people over there.
That's 3 too many.
Good job.
Yes? Yes. Yes.
Can we hear what they're saying now?
If we
You still wouldn't be able to make it out especially well from this distance.
Are we moving closer, friend?
Just make it a little closer.
Is each square like 1 foot?
5 feet.
5. Oh, okay. JK then.
I mean, the way I see it, I mean, there's a bridge leading over to them. I don't think, unless anybody has any way of us becoming invisible, I don't think we would be able to.
Are they all facing away from the bridge?
No. Some of them were looking over in our general direction.
What if they're friendly?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're unfriendly, but
Do they look mean, Ali?
No, but there's clearly a fight here, and then like
We could go
the deaths of the 2 dwarves correlate to the kinds of people we see.
Did they
Yeah,
kill
I
those
mean-
dwarves?
Maybe.
they might have. That's why we're trying to be.
Oh.
Yes, they might have.
Oh.
Can we like lure them onto the bridge and then cut the ropes? Just kill all of them at
That's
once.
genius.
That's actually smart.
mean-
though.
That's actually genius.
We can try it. I mean, we don't know if necessarily bad yet, but like.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
okay, wait. Let's combine this.
Okay.
How about one of us go forward and approach them and try to talk to them? If they're hostile, that person can run away. They're lured onto the bridge.
Just to
Do you
inform you
guys-
guys, so the
Yeah.
bridge,
Yeah.
you'd be able to see that this section, this sort of
Mhm.
rock, is at the same level as these
Oh,
2
right.
bits.
Oh.
So the bridge is sort of like connected with this island.
So it wouldn't just fall down.
Yeah, it would
Oh.
droop down
DM,
here. And
it would
droop
no,
down
it
here.
would drop down. DM, don't worry about it. We'll make it
I
work.
think.
Well, we
I
could
think
hold
I know. I
on
think
one
we'll do it.
spot. Yeah,
If you can save your notes, I think you'll see that it
Yeah,
would.
I think we'll see. I put something in there.
Just have someone shoot it with an arrow, you know?
I'll just throw it. Teddy will just throw it over. You know?
Just lift the bridge up. Yeah.
Lift it and yeet.
Throw it, dude.
Don't tempt
Okay,
him. He will do
interesting.
it.
Don't test him. Yeah. Anyways,
I mean, just suggestion.
I would love to sneakily take them out, which we could.
We might at least take some of them out. You know.
But you don't have you don't have assassinate. Never mind. You wouldn't-
Is he moving?
He is
Assassinate?
indeed.
Oh no.
Sneak back. Keep going.
So, as you sneak back, after hearing the footsteps, now this orc has moved closer to your guys' position, and you find yourself paranoid, not knowing whether it was he saw you or what. And having a little peek back, you notice as he's just pissing off the bridge into the lava, he's like, "Look, I'm pissing into the lava. Look." And then you could hear in the distance some chuckling and some other conversation, but hard to make out exactly what's been said.
He's pissing in the lava.
Are you gonna piss in the lava too?
I don't have to pee.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But maybe. You wait. Who's the tiefling? Who's ever the tiefling?
Me.
Go talk to them. You look scary. Maybe
What?
they will
I
talk to you.
don't look scary.
I mean, does anyone have
Well-
really good deception? Just pretend you're one of them.
Oh yeah!
I could
Get in there.
disguise myself.
Someone had really high.
Same.
Say, yeah, actually, yeah. Wait, Ali literally has a disguise kit.
Oh, okay.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know how well this is gonna work.
I mean,
Do we
what
have
would
anything to lose?
We could pull the old "no, I'm the real one" kind of thing. You know?
Yeah,
That
but
old
who would
Just
you
chestnut.
like-
be?
Sneak up behind him, push him off the bridge, and then walk back like you're him.
That's true.
Oh!
But I'm assuming he's quite sturdy. And I'm not a strong man.
I mean, I could grab him. We could kill him, and then Ollie could
Hmm.
pretend to be him, and lure them out.
Well, maybe you
Yeah,
could
let
knock
me
him out
let me
instead.
pretend to be the orc.
Yeah,
yeah, the
worth
tall
noting
could
the
be on
orc
my
is probably getting on
shoulders. You
for,
could stand
for
on
like
my-
7.5 feet.
You could sit
Yeah.
on my shoulders.
Shit.
And then we throw a trench coat over us.
Yes.
Yes. I'm all for it. Anyways. So, friends. Homeboy's still pissing. He's pissing for a
He's
long
still
time,
pissing.
isn't he?
He's still going, man.
He pissed for a
He's
long
really
time.
Going.
I mean, I had my idea. Anybody else have a better idea?
No,
Disguise, or do we check if they're friendly first?
I don't think they're friendly. This man is pissing in the lava.
Calm down,
No, I
Kitty. It's
mean,
okay.
Yeah,
It's
they
okay.
also have like red circles around them, and the
Hey,
dwarves have
listen.
green
That's
circles.
metagaming. That's
I
metagaming.
can't.
Okay.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, my bad.
What are you talking about? There's no way. Red means yes.
So the circles around them are orange.
That
Just
can mean
what I
Red
anything.
means
Ooh.
heart, love, and friendship. Therefore,
Mhm.
they're fine.
Orange means pea.
So, do you guys want to check if they're friendly first, or are we gonna just heck
They-
them up?
Clearly not, given that they killed the two dwarves.
You don't
We
know.
can assume they're probably friendly.
Look at him!
They died in a
But I
freak
think-
accident.
Who else tore that man's head sideways?
It's another large creature.
Yes. How
I mean-
many of those do you see in this area? Where do you
There's
think
one
they
standing
went?
right next to us.
What?
See-
Where?
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, I grab a rock. Oh, okay, never mind. He's gone. He left.
He finished.
Chance,
Peach.
chance left.
Okay, good.
Guys.
I mean, I could send a silent image at them, and then if they attack it, they're bad.
you could try to lure him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Let's do that.
Sure. I'll make a silent image of myself and have it start walking across the bridge.
Okay, so you cast your silent image. You all see as Mortimer becomes two Mortimers
Ooh.
and
Whoa.
walks out onto the bridge. You know what I'll do? There we go.
Oh.
Whoa.
There's Mortimer copy.
Magic.
Photoshop automatically names these layers, but
Oh,
it couldn't
fuck.
be more perfect.
Nice.
And walks out onto the bridge.
I
You
would like
see-
to ready my bow.
You see, as
Yeah, me
all
too.
of these folk on the other side, minus these two dwarves, look a little bit confused as the orc begins to move forward. And so does the silver-haired man. You can hear the man saying, "Are you lost? You shouldn't be down here. Who sent you? Was it Yanma? Not very talkative, are you?" And he's just sort of
Team friendly
in this
enough.
stare down.
I mean, they didn't try and kill me.
Yeah, they're not trying to kill him.
I mean,
He sort of pulls his bow off his back. "What's wrong with you?"
Never
well,
mind.
maybe they're trying to kill me now. I don't know.
Say something.
I walk-
Can't, it's silence.
I walk up.
If you keep standing
behind
there like that, I've got no choice but to shoot you.
I walk up behind.
So, Ali, you move
Oh,
out
God.
from behind.
Good job, Ollie.
Oh, there's more of you.
Hello.
Hello.
Teddy moves up behind Allie. There's no way.
Okay. Teddy
So you
moves
hear
up
like
behind,
thump, 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 and then there's Teddy
behind
that's
Ali.
right next.
As these two walk a little more forward, and you watch as a few of these guys begin to walk into a bit of like a formation.
Oh, good.
We're kind of lost. Do you know how to get out of here?
Yes, you are quite lost. I suggest you go back the way you came.
Oh, okay.
Can I stand next to Teddy also?
Sure thing.
Hello.
How long does Silent Image last?
I would 100%. No,
Up to
50,
10 minutes with concentration.
10, okay.
Okay, so Celsia also moves up. Wow, quite the party you've brought here. This wouldn't have anything to do with the missing miners, would it?
The what?
Who?
Don't play dumb with us.
I'm not dumb.
What do you mean? That's not very nice of you
Not very
guys.
nice. So what you're
And
saying
I
is
start,
you know.
oh yeah, we can leave, and I start walking the other direction, like the
Like up here?
yeah. What do I see over here? Does it just end?
Basically, when you get to here, it's like a dead end drop just to here. You know, where the path sort of becomes too thin.
Okay.
I suggest you all turn around now. I wouldn't want this to get ugly. And
Why
you
would
see
What are you
as
guys doing down
this
here?
red orc just cracks his knuckles. That's none of your concern. Turn around now. It doesn't matter. We'll be gone by the time you get back.
They don't seem very nice.
They don't. But they're also not like really bad.
Yeah, they're not, giving us a good reason to attack them.
What are you guys
I mean-
doing?
We're looking for the miners though, and they're right there.
Are you saying that out loud?
That's what my
Yeah.
Everyone was waiting. Are you saying that out loud?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, now that you're here, may as well say, we have procured the glow mites that I'm sure you're already aware of, and
I
we're in the
can't hear you.
process of
Can you-
leaving with them.
Can you come a little? I'm having trouble hearing you. It's like the rush of the lava and stuff. Would you mind stepping a bit closer? So I
I'm
can
not
hear you
coming any
properly?
closer.
You tried.
I would leave now
Why?
with your lives. How much are they paying you for this job? Is it really worth dying for?
I mean, if you have a counter offer to what they have offered us.
My counteroffer is your lives.
But
Take
that's
it
not
or
money.
leave it.
Can I pull my weapons out? just get them
Does the
ready.
creature know if it's been hunters marked?
It does not, I believe.
Okay, I want to hunters mark the
Use-
white-haired guy.
That's okay. That's actually perfect. Okay,
Ooh.
so you hunters mark the
What does that
white-haired
even
guy.
mean?
What do you mean?
What is the hunter's mark? Like, what does that
Oh.
do?
It means if I shoot him, it's more painful,
Oh, okay.
and if I track him, it's also more painful.
Good.
For who?
Everybody involved.
Yeah, everyone.
So who are the dwarves over there? Are those your friends?
Yes, just a couple of our friends doing a bit of work for us. And
I'm
now that you
assuming
guys
they
are
don't look
all
very
here, you'd be able to see two squirming bags.
Oh, bags?
Yeah, two squirming like sacks
Oh.
at the back here and here, just sort of placed against the wall, just moving around a little bit.
Oh, I thought you meant the dwarves are in the bags. I was like,
No,
oh?
no, the dwarves, these two dwarves at the back are just mining tirelessly into the wall.
Do they look scared or like?
Give me a perception check.
Let's see. 7.
It's hard to tell from the distance. The sort of heat coming up from the lava has made everything a little bit wavy. And now, actually, by this time, you guys are probably getting pretty sweaty, like just even stood here. So you can't imagine how Exhausted, those miners must be at the back.
What you guys looking for?
All right. I'm tired with you all now. Leave, or this gets ugly.
Why does
He
it have
draws
to
his
get
bow.
ugly? No one?
3,
Oh, no,
Two.
no, man.
Let's attack him.
Yeah,
He
I'm
looses
going
the
back
arrow,
up.
Fuck
and it
it.
flies towards Mortimer's silent
Oh
image,
no!
through its chest, and hits Celsia.
Shit!
Oh shit!
Oh heck.
Whoops.
I immediately retaliate.
Give me a roll for initiative first.
Hmm?
Celsia, you take the 2 plus 3 piercing damage as an arrow sort of scratches your neck and then sticks into the wall behind. 3 piercing damage.
Ouch.
Ouch.
It's at this time that you see the Tabaxi at the back hold their hands forward in like a Doctor Strange fashion. Ritual circles appear in a purple aura around her hands. The dwarven lady at the back pulls out a crossbow from her back. And this goblin back here pulls out a crossbow of his own.
Guess we'll pull out my greatsword then.
Alrighty, let's roll initiative.
Woo!
Do we just call out, or do you want to ask us?
I'll go around and ask so I can track it. Oh no, my pen broke.
Oh no!
Alright, I can maybe still make this work.
Alright. Oh,
Welcome back.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Oh, there we go.
Okay, the top of the pen broke, so I'm having to hold it down with the top of my thumb. So I'm writing like a caveman. Okay, so Celsia, Ali,
So one of them is successful.
Teddy.
I see.
Interesting.
Hmm. I think one of us is called Teddy too.
Mort.
Weird.
Strange.
And also Yarn. I'm like
Don't
writing
you,
an
don't you have
initiative
more
table.
than one pen?
No.
No, I actually don't think I do. That's the
Really?
sad
Oh.
part. I genuinely
Oh,
don't think
no.
I have another pen.
are you serious?
Alright,
Just go steal
Celsia.
one. Go steal one from Holly or something.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm actually gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go steal one.
I need to go use the bathroom as well.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, we can take it.
I need a pen!
I need a pen. What else? Oh, heck.
All right, I'm back.
I'm back.
Oh,
I got a pencil. Okay, Celsia.
Are we rolling initiative right now?
Yep.
20.
20. Ali?
10.
Teddy?
12.
Mort?
5.
And Jan?
20.
Oh.
Alright.
Alright, Celsia or Jan, do you want to go first? Who wants to go first?
I would not like to go first.
I'll go
Alright.
first. I'll walk up to within 30 feet of the guy.
Guy.
Alrighty.
The guy that I undermarked.
A moment.
Whitey. Whitey McWhitehair.
Alrighty, so you walk out to around here, yeah?
I needed to be within 30 feet, but
Yeah, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, yeah, okay. So you'd have to be about here.
sure. And then I will use Planar Warrior.
Let's go!
Which means if I hit him, I do even more pain. So
Nice.
I will try shooting him.
Wow.
That is a 20. That's a lot. It's natural 18, so it hits.
That hits.
Plus 7, 25. So that is 2d8 plus d6 plus 3.
Jesus.
Get him!
Alright.
Stacking
Jeez.
buffs.
Yeet!
Those are pretty good. That is 19 damage.
Woo!
How do you want to do this?
Christ.
Oh,
Wait,
No!
seriously?
Jesus Christ.
He was just a human dude, wasn't he?
yeah, man. He's
Yep.
just a guy.
He's just a dude. My God.
Okay,
How you gonna murder
uh,
this man?
Yeah, no, I'll shoot him and say, like, don't you, my friends?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Solid.
To go like right through his neck.
And then I will back off as far as I can. So,
Okay, so you want to go up or down?
I'll
Down here?
go like, whoa, I can't. Yeah, like behind Teddy.
You'd be able to get about here because I realized you moved up with your movement, so you'd be about.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's
well,
about
so it's
there.
only 30 feet, so I feel like I moved a lot, but I do have cat movement. Let me see. I can double my speed until the end of my turn, and then I
Okay.
can't use it until I move 0 feet. So I'll do that. I'll double my speed, and then I can move 30 feet back, and I'll go behind Teddy.
Okay, right here.
Yeah, that's
All right,
fine.
so
Everyone
you
hang out.
watch as this guy takes an arrow in the throat and just grabs onto its neck and just falls back, just choking on his own blood before he eventually just passes out. The rest of them looking quite startled now at this point.
I'll just say, like, if I can, I'll just say, stop.
Alrighty.
Stop. They stop.
Give me a moment.
Shot
to just
first.
write
Han
all
shot
these
first.
HPs down.
He's Han now. That's,
Okay.
that's my name for him.
Han. Good name.
Alrighty. Just writing down some bits and bobs.
Bits and bobs.
And I'm missing someone. Who am I missing? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Following Jan, it is Celsius' turn.
Okay. I have a quick question just because I've never used this before.
Sure.
I have a reaction that I kind of wanted to use, but I didn't know if, like, did I have to do that? Like, did I have to ready it first, or?
You
Like
basically
a
just say it
button.
as something happens. So, for example, if I'm like, oh, you get hit by this great sword, and take, 10 damage, you could say, oh, as a reaction, I want to, oh, actually, it's before damage has been dealt, you can say, as a reaction, I want to cast shield, for example, and then you don't take any damage.
Okay, so like this puppet spell thing, I would have had to ready that before the guy died.
Yeah, you basically have to just like say it. Why? What does it do exactly?
When a creature I can see within 30 feet of me drops to 0 hit points, I can give them a final act of aggression, and they make a weapon attack against the target of my choice within their range.
Sure. Yeah, you can use that. Sure. Let's do it.
Awesome. So yeah, I'll do that on like the white hair guy. I guess I'll have to move within 30 feet of him first.
Sure.
so
You
I'll do
can't.
that.
You can't move. So you would have to take your reaction, basically on Yorn's turn, if that makes sense. And you can't move until your turn. You get it?
Yeah. So I guess he's not close enough, so I wouldn't be able to do that.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, not close enough, unfortunately. That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
Can I
Sounds real
use my
creepy.
bonus action? My bonus action to use my Crimson Right.
Sure.
And imbue my weapon.
Sure.
Right. So it says I have to take D4 damage. Well, I took 4 damage.
Did the music stop, or am I just like going crazy?
Mine's still going.
Okay.
I don't hear it either.
I don't hear
I don't hear
It's just
anything,
really
but
quiet.
I'm...
Try turning it up. I think this track is a little quieter.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay.
Do I do
Thank you,
that
Firefly.
Ah, that's right. It is very low. Okay.
in the screenshots?
Do I need to specify which hand of like weapon I did it with?
Sure. Which weapon was it?
Do it with my right hand.
Okay, cool.
And then I'm just gonna move up to like right next to Mortimer, I guess.
Next to the Mortimer copy.
Yeah.
100% real one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or can I move up one more space onto the bridge in front of
Sure.
it?
So that'd have you here.
Yes.
All right, cool. Are you done?
Yeah.
Nice. So next up is buddies. So, we'll go with the orc first. He's going to charge up to Celsia and go ahead and make a weapon attack against you. So that is a 6 to hit.
No.
So you see as his hands, which are painted in some sort of like white paste, clench into a fist as he charges towards you and attempts to swing at you. You manage to duck your head down just as his strike sort of flies over your head. Following that, the sorcerer Tabaxi at the back is going to go ahead and cast Firebolt towards. Let's see, what's the range?
Firebolt is 120 feet.
Yeah, I'm just trying to tell. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 5, 90. Okay, sure. Cast at Teddy then.
Oh, that's not nice.
Oh, you shouldn't have done
So-
that.
I didn't
I
do
will
anything.
Fuck you up.
Oh yeah, I'll
Yeah,
even destroy
she
that
shouldn't
bridge.
have done
Spell
that.
attack.
Yeah.
So, that is a. There's a 14 to hit.
That doesn't hit.
So you see at last second as this fireball flying through the air comes straight towards you. You manage to duck out the way as it slams into the bit of rock
Yeah.
right behind you, and sort of sparks flicker and fall down past you, and a little bit of smoke.
That wasn't very nice.
Following that, this goblin is going to go ahead and move to here. and take a shot at Ali. That is a 15, 16, 17, 18 to hit.
Oh,
On
sorry,
Ali.
I'm muted. Yes.
Alright. That is 6 plus 1 damage. 7 damage to Ali.
Unless the stalagmite that I'm standing behind gave me any
Oh, the
cover.
rock right there.
Oh, my bad. I wasn't intended on that to be a stalagmite. That was
No,
just
that's fine.
sort of like
Yeah,
a
no,
rock.
I assumed. I just thought, try my luck with the DM, but that's fine.
Yeah, so that's 7 damage to Ali. And then finally, this dwarf at the back is going to go ahead and take a crossbow bolt shot at Teddy.
Dude.
So that is 8 plus 3 to hit. 11 doesn't hit, right?
Nope.
So again, managing to, you look towards Ali, see her get
He's the
pinned
biggest
with
thing
a,
there, and they
with a
can't hit
crossbow
him.
bolt. And as you look back, you see another bolt coming your way. You manage to move your head again, pings into the wall behind you. All right, moving on from that, it is Teddy's turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in rage. Teddy's pissed that Ali got hit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So when he goes into rage, I can use the magic thing, but I don't have to necessarily right now. Or is it as soon as I rage that automatically starts? It
I'm
looks
not
like
too
it
sure.
might automatically start as soon as
I
I
kind
rage.
of read it as like wild magic. It just kind of it's out of your control.
Yeah,
and it
okay,
just
so Teddy
happens.
rages, and so I have to hold on, let me roll to D8. Give me 1 second. Ah! Okay, so do you have the chart, Mojo?
I do not on
Let
me.
me-
Is it on
send
D&D
this.
Beyond? I can pull it over real quick.
Let me just send this to you, the chart that I'm rolling for. That's the yeah. So 3, so
Let me see real quick. What did you say? Oh, you sent it to me personally. Cool. All right, got you. I'm here. So you got 3.
3, whatever that
Oh,
means.
I remember now. Yeah. Where do you want to cast your intangible spirits then?
Yeah, so
Well-
Teddy starts glowing whatever color. I just said like blue or green or something. I don't know. Teddy starts glowing and he's visibly very angry. Let's see. So would it be close enough to hit that orc? 30?
Yeah, so you conjure one, so roll a d4 for me. To see how many you
Sorry,
get.
I've never messed with this, so it's like
Yeah, it's okay.
hold on, give me 1 sec. 1.
Okay, so you get one strange little spirit that conjures up in a space within 30 feet of you, so you could put it next to or behind the orc if you liked.
You can make it behind and then
So there is a
okay, so when
spirit there.
sorry, just question on like mechanics on this. When I use this is my action, right?
I'm not sure. I
Raging
haven't
is a
read-
bonus
I haven't read
action.
This class.
It's a bonus action. So
Mhm.
wild
Oh,
surge
yes.
is a bonus action?
Yeah,
It's
starting at
connected?
when-
Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So this is part of your bonus action of raging.
Okay. So he could still run forward and attack, yes?
Yeah.
Okay,
You've still got your
so-
movement and your action.
Okay, so I still have my 30 movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's gonna run right next to the orc and swing at him with his great sword.
Let's go. So you managed to charge in. You get
Yeah.
here, next to the orc. Give me an attack.
1 sec. Sorry, gotta move all my stuff around because I was looking at that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Let's see. Ah. Well, it might not do shit. Let's see. 9. I whiffed.
Yeah, so 9 doesn't hit. As you
Yes.
charge up into the space, you see him
He's
looking
very
over his
angry.
shoulder at this spirit, turns, looks at you with the greatsword sort of like coming down in a swing as you rage towards him. Celsia, you see as this equally ripped sort of humanoid enters the field, so they both stood there in front of you. The orc puts both hands up in sort of like a boxer stance and manages to weave out of the way of the hit. And at the end of your turn, the spirit is going to fly in a random direction and explode. And anyone within 5 feet of where it goes
Jesus.
Okay.
takes 2d4 damage. So we'll say I'm going to roll a d8. So 1, 2. Oh shit, that's not him. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops. Oh well, this'll do. I'll do
Close
it.
enough.
So, let's roll this d8. That is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Rip.
Yikes.
Absolutely. So you see, is it just? Well, I didn't realize I drew on that way. Yeah,
The
flies
magic
over
is
here.
not very controlled, if you guys could not tell.
Flies over
Hmm.
here and just explodes, making you thankful that you weren't there. I don't know. I think I drew on Teddy's layer. I did. Okay. Sorry, Teddy.
That's okay.
I'll get you back.
Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Next, after Teddy is Ali.
Alright, do I have a straight shot at the orc?
You
Teddy.
would indeed as yeah.
Alright, sweet. I'd like to shoot it with my short bow.
All right, give me a roll.
19?
19 hits.
Alright, and I get 2d6 extra damage because I got my buddy, my teddy.
Sure.
So that's 3d6 plus 3.
So it's 19 to hit, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, just checking.
So that's 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. Big hit.
Sweet. And then I have to use a melee attack to be able to use the two-handed.
Yeah, so
the-
you'd be hard pressed to sort of try and get in
Gotcha,
there at the
yeah.
moment.
Is there anywhere I can hide as a bonus action?
You could attempt to go either like all the way back here where there's like the edge, the cliff edge, or somewhere down because there's kind of like a bit of a wall like here, so you could go anywhere down there with more.
Can I hide behind the silent image?
Sure, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Why did I put my dice away?
With disadvantage, I'll
With
say.
this, oh, rude. Well, 19.
19 with disadvantage.
Yep, the other one was a
Oh,
natural
shit.
20, so I'm very sad.
So you managed to do a little combat roll, get straight behind the image of Mortimer, who's just sort of stood there, hands on hips, just staring off
Just chilling.
into this madness.
Yeah,
And with that, it is.
I'm imagining
actually
Ali is just
Mortimer's turn.
matching the pose
Yeah.
exactly.
Like one of those
Um,
shape walls.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna move up to my silent image and sort of stand where it's standing.
Sure.
And then.
Do you want to get rid of it while you?
No, I want to
Okay.
leave it there.
Okay.
I want to make the same pose as it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery on the orc.
Okay, that'll require you to drop concentration on your silent image.
Oh shit, will it?
Yeah, it's a concentration spell.
Yeah, but Vicious Mockery
Vicious
isn't
Mockery isn't.
concentration.
Oh yeah, because you could. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So you want to cast? Vicious
Excuse
Mockery
me,
on the orc?
DM.
Look at us.
My audio keeps dying. God damn it.
Okay, sure. Vicious Mockery away.
I'll just say something like, the celestial void calls for you. And then,
Does he have to make like a save?
oh yeah, wisdom saving throw,
Yeah.
DC 13.
He rolled a natural 19 plus 3.
Oh,
Plus
shit. Well,
2. Does that render it ineffective? Hello? Rip hub. I think it renders it ineffective.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on from that, we are.
so. Ooh.
Welcome back, Cobb.
Hi.
Hey.
Probably can happen like a million times.
So yeah, the vicious mockery is ineffective on the orc. It doesn't seem to pay much attention. Okay, so end of the round. As you are all there, sort of engaged in this combat that's going on, you hear the sound of a bubbling and spitting coming from
fuck.
above you,
Aw.
and something erupting from the depths below.
Yeah, sure.
You see as
Oh, fuck.
some sort of black rock humanoid figure, large in size, comes out from the lava, dripping in orange lava, and
Yep.
begins to scale the cliff
Yep.
all the way up. And
But I'm
Oh.
Come
hidden,
up.
right? So, like,
Right.
you know.
You're hidden from this angle.
Shh, don't think about it too hard. I'm
And you see as it just stands there, peering down at Ali, Mortimer, and Mortimer too. Top of the round, Jon.
I'll bonus action move Hunter's Mark onto the orc,
Okay.
and attack him.
Alrighty. You wanna move? You wanna move up, or you wanna shoot?
Nope. I want to shoot him
Alrighty.
because I want to get my cat movement back. That is a 20 to hit.
Hits.
That is be 10 damage.
10 damage. Respectable. Okay.
That's my turn.
Got you. Celsius?
Okay. Can I beforehand ready my blood curse reaction again? Before I attack?
You don't need to ready a reaction, you can just
Oh,
react
just
with
like
it.
once he dies? Okay. Well then I'm gonna attack the orc with both of my sickles.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
And I roll hit for each one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't add your proficiency bonus to the second attack.
First one is 19 to hit.
Hits.
Next one is 5.
Okay, first one hits, second one doesn't hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me some damage.
Okay. So, do both attacks have to hit for me to get the proficiency bonus from my two-handed fighting?
Well, you would only get that on your first attack, I think.
On mine it says my second attack gets the proficiency bonus.
Oh, okay. So if your second attack doesn't hit, then I suppose you wouldn't get it.
Okay. I'll attack with my right sickle, I guess, since that one
Okay.
has the right of the frozen right or whatever.
Sure.
So that's 1 extra d4, I think. Yeah. The first one is 1 for the bonus, the crimson right.
Okay. So how much is that? All in all?
And then my second one is 3, so 4 total, I guess.
4 damage.
Yes.
Alrighty. So, yeah, you go in. He's quick moving, manages to sort of like push the blade out of the way, keeping his hands up, but you do manage to get a couple of sort of slices in on him. Hard to tell with his skin being like basically crimson how much damage has been done to him at this point. So moving on from that, he's going to take his turn. He's going to turn to Teddy and
Leave Teddy alone.
go ahead and try and mess him up. So that is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so you watch as he sort of ducks low and then comes over with his right hand and punches Teddy in the face, and punches again sort of like to the stomach with his left hand. That is 9 necrotic damage as you sort of feel concussed and you feel this strange sapping energy as each hit makes contact with your face or body. You can feel sort of like your veins go a little bit green on the point of impact. Hard to tell exactly what happened. It just didn't feel good. Okay, moving on from that, this goblin is gonna go ahead and take a shot at Teddy.
Oh no.
That is a 18 plus 3.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that hits.
Yeah.
And that is 7 damage.
So the first one was how much damage again? The
Great question. I can't remember. Does anyone else remember how much damage the first one was?
9.
My brain is
9? Okay, I thought it was 9. Okay.
Yeah,
It was
9
9.
damage and then 7 damage
Okay, and then
from the goblin.
9 and then 4. Or not 4, 7.
Yeah.
More.
So the
Okay.
first one was necrotic, the second one was piercing. I don't know if your rage gives you like resistance against any of those.
Resistance to piercing.
Yeah, so the 7 is only 5. Is only 5, yeah.
Okay, yeah. He has resistance to that. Yep.
Yeah. So all in all, it is 14 damage.
Okay. Yeah, he's like bleeding, but he's still really pissed off and
Alrighty.
very angry.
This dwarf over here is going to run up and sort of kneel down with her crossbow and attempt to take a shot at Celsia between Teddy and Red Rock. So, going to minus 5 from this attack roll. So that is 17 minus 5, 12.
It doesn't hit.
Okay. And finally, our spellcaster is going to run up to this cliff edge and go ahead and cast another firebolt, this time in the direction of Yarn. So,
How dare.
No.
that's just a ranged spell attack, so that is a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so you take 1d10. You take 3 damage. 3 burning damage. Let's see. Anybody else who's not been in this gang? Nope. So now it's the lava elemental's turn.
Oh, good.
He is
It's been
going
real,
to
guys.
go ahead and make a multi-slam attack. Once on Ali and once on Mortimer, and the Mortimer copy that is also in the same space.
How dare.
So these are ranged weapon attacks with a +8. So the first one is 16, and the second one, so that first one is on Ali. The second one is 2. plus 8,
Oh.
10 for Mortimer.
Fuck.
That doesn't hit.
Okay. So, Mortimer, you managed to jump out of the way. And actually, I'll leave you there. It wouldn't change your space. You managed to move out of the way as the slam comes down. Ali, you're not so lucky, and you take 5 plus 6, 11,
Oh my god.
13
Stop.
damage.
Oof.
13?
13. 13 bludgeoning damage as this thing just slams you into the ground.
Ow.
Owie.
So following that, it is Teddy's turn.
Well, Teddy's kind of distracted by the fact that his sister just got, or his sibling got hit. So
Mhm.
he's gonna turn around and go at the fire emblem. Fire emblem? Fire elemental. Fire emblem, yes.
Sure.
So,
Together we can
if
kill
you're
fire
if you're
emblem.
exiting this guy's
oh yeah, shit.
range, by
Okay.
the way, he'll take an opportunity attack unless you use your action to disengage, but then you can't.
Yeah, right. No, I guess. All right. Well, he'll have to swing at this again. So he's still very angry and probably can't tell what's going on.
Sure.
I don't know if every turn does the magic ability change or does it just keep going and repeat itself, or I don't
think
know
it's only
exactly.
when you activate rage.
Rage. Okay. I didn't know if it was like a multiple thing. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So yeah, I guess he's gonna swing at the red man.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an attack roll. Do you have like any extra actions as well while you're raging? I know sometimes barbarians get like 2 attacks at this level.
Not any that I can.
I think that's later.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't see anything.
Okay.
Anyways, where was it? Okay, so that's a 22.
22 hits. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
So it's a 2d6 plus 2. 7 damage only. Wow.
Okay, 7 damage.
Yes.
So, you come down with the great sword and bury it into his shoulder. His traps manage to stop him from taking like such an enormous amount of damage that you would cleave off his arm. Combined with the fact that he sort of catches the blade a little bit with one hand, but it certainly goes in a good few inches and takes a good chunk out of the top of him.
Oh, wait, do I get plus 2 melee damage with strength weapons?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll
So
show you what pluses you get on D&D Beyond as well, which is good.
okay, so would that have been plus 4 then instead of 2?
Yeah, so this is 2d6 plus 2, and the plus 2
Okay,
is
so
from
it would
your
have been
strength.
10, or no, it would have been 9 then, 9 damage.
Right, okay.
Sorry, I was scrolling down all my stuff.
Yeah, it's fine, don't worry.
Always a lot of stuff everywhere.
Got you. Still not dead, but
You're right, yeah.
you got it. Ali's turn.
Ow, 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 ow. Stab, disengage, fuck off.
Alright,
So-
give me a roll.
Shit.
Hmm.
Stab, disengage, fuck off.
Fuck. 14 to hit.
14 does not hit.
Alright, cool. Bonus action, disengage, and just leave.
Where are you moving to?
Away.
There we go. Up
No,
here?
towards
Go
Yarn,
ahead.
towards Yarn. Yeah. I'm fucking up. I'm yelling over my shoulder towards Teddy. We need to fucking go. We're getting out of here.
Alright. You like this spot here?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Alright. After Ali, Mort's turn.
I can action disengage, right?
You can indeed.
I'm gonna do that. Run away towards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Mort. We're getting out of here, buddy.
Oh, we're leaving?
Fuck this! Yeah. Yeah, that's my turn then. Actually, I'll use a bonus action healing word on I've forgotten your name. This is
Ali?
Celsia?
the one that's Lofty, but not Lofty.
Oh, hi, that's me,
Ali.
Allie.
Oh, Ali. Okay, yes. Yes, that one.
Thank you.
Wait, 4 whole hit points.
Better than
Okay,
nothing.
True.
I'm at 5 hit points now.
Oh, that's good. Okay, that's my turn.
Holy shit.
This might be a quick session.
Alright, let's put these bags back here. Okay, top of the round. It is Yarn's turn.
I will use. I'll step up 5 feet and use Planar Warrior on the orc, and then I will attempt to shoot him.
Alrighty. So you're stepping up. Whoops, drew on you. You want to step? Did you say you wanted to step up here?
Yeah, so I'm 30 feet of him, and
Sure.
I'm gonna step back later, so whatever. But anyway, that's a natural 19 to hit, so that's like a total of 26,
Hits.
and it's a boatload of damage. That's a 1, 11, 14 damage.
Alright. How do you want to do this?
Yay!
Hey.
I wanna shoot his leg so that he trips and falls in the lava.
Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
So, you close one eye, pull your bow up, loose the arrow, right into the back of his knee, and after trying to evade one of Teddy's hits, he just doesn't have the support on his leg that he thought he would. You see him go crashing into the rope behind him, the bridge shaking, sort of rocking back in two, and his upper body is just too heavy in comparison to his lower body, and you watch as he just tilts over the edge and falls down to his death, clattering on the rocks below before slowly sort of rolling into the lava and just being chewed up.
All of his loot.
Oh no!
He's gone.
Not now,
I'm
Ali.
like, back up, y'all, and I'm gonna back up.
Alrighty, just to where you were before.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Alright, following that, Celsius turn.
Are we leaving?
I mean,
Or are we all just like backing up to get to safety for the
Hard
moment?
to tell at this point.
the elemental's gonna fuck everything up. We probably have to kill
Yeah.
that. But it's up
I kinda wanna attack the little goblin dude, to be honest.
it's alright.
Go
I was
for
gonna
it.
attack too.
YOLO.
Can I use my bonus action to use my Crimson Right on the other weapon? My other handed weapon?
Sure.
Oh, didn't you want to do your puppet thing?
So I take 4 damage. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, if I don't kill him, I'm gonna use it on the other guy. But the thing is, they can't move unless I amplify the spell, which makes me take another D4 damage. So if I can prevent that, that would be nice.
True.
So now both of my weapons have it. Okay, I roll 13 to hit.
13 hits. Are you running up on him before you do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna run up within 5 feet.
Yeah, so you charge past, seeing these two archers sort of taking their place, charge up towards the goblin. Give me some damage.
So the first one is 2d4s plus 2. Uh, 8 damage on the first hit.
Okay.
And then 21 to hit on my second weapon.
Hits.
And then I get the bonus on this one, right? The proficiency, or the +2 for my strength for the second hit.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna be 7 damage. Wait, no, 7 damage on the first one.
Yeah, that's fine. You managed to successfully kill the little goblin.
Oh, nice.
Hey!
And then I'm gonna do my blood spell thing on
Yeah.
it. The Curse of the Fallen Puppet.
Fucking creepy ass spell.
And he has a bow, right? Which means that his attack range. Okay, so makes a single weapon attack against the target of my choice within its attack range.
Okay.
Am I able to know his attack range since I've
Yeah, his attack
reanimated
range
him or whatever?
60 oh, maybe it's more than that, actually. 80 feet, or 320 feet if you want to impose disadvantage with his crossbow.
Nah, that's fine. I'm gonna shoot the lady in the back with the hood.
This lady here?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So as you run this goblin through with 2 blades into the stomach, pull them back out, he drops to the ground, clearly dead, before reanimating, getting back up with a purple aura glowing in his eyes, turns around and just fires off at the mage in the back. That is going to be hits. So that is 5 plus 1 damage, 6 damage to the mage. She did not appreciate that. You can see as it like gets her right in the chest, she like clutches, drops to one knee, and just sort of holding herself, like holding onto the bolt. Following that, it is
Nice.
2020. It is her turn. So, this boy
Uh-oh.
is dead. Is he gone now, or do you still control him for a little while?
Yeah, it says you can use my reaction to give it a final act of aggression.
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm assuming that means only one.
Yeah, so he just drops back down now.
Yeah. No, weird.
Cool. You can see now that the dwarves have like stopped digging, and they're just like looking at each other, watching the fight, trying to work out what's happening, and trying to work out what they should actually do. Okay, so the spellcaster is going to go ahead and cast.
Healing word on me. It's so weird.
Yeah,
Really
so
random,
weird. She's
yeah,
so
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh man,
She's going to go ahead and
we
cast.
really are all the same.
Just another firebolt, I think, at Celsia. So that is 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That be hurting.
So
Yeah, she mad at me.
I think she
She
might
should be.
I
I
think she
really
might
don't know
Nah,
why.
I think she likes you.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
besties.
so that's 5 damage. As after you watch the goblin fall back down into a green pile of blood and guts, you look back and she stood up from her position and fired a firebolt straight in your direction. And it makes direct contact with your chest and sort of blows up off your chest, dealing 5 damage.
You kind of deserve that.
Yeah, that's true.
The dwarven lady is going to move up to sort of like this position and go ahead and make a scimitar attack on you also. So that's 7 plus 3 to hit, 10. I don't suppose it does.
That's
So even past the sparks and the fire, you still can predict her attack. And as she comes forward, you manage to parry her scimitar away, making her attack unsuccessful. Lava Elemental, looking around, seeing
Just
that
goes home.
Mortimer's silent image is still there, he's going to lift his hands above his head and make his slam attack down on the silent image.
Good.
Let's hope he's stupid.
Shh.
Slams down through the silent image, looks back up with a sort of strange, confused look on its face, which is basically just 3 holes dripping in magma, and notices that as it sort of waves its hand through that this is not a real thing.
Oh.
moving on from that, we are Teddy's turn.
Teddy's gonna move forward and attack. I can't even
The
see. The
elemental.
individual there, the individual on the bridge, not the
Oh,
elemental.
right here.
Jesus. He's not that crazy. Yeah.
Okay. So you move up. See the dwarven woman there, and I guess
Yes.
you're making a
Sorry,
attack.
I couldn't see it very well on my
Yeah,
screen.
that's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah. So he's gonna attack or try to swing his sword at.
Give me a roll.
Yes. If I could get one, here we go. Come on, load. There we go. 19.
19 hits.
Okay. 10 damage total.
10 damage will be enough.
Hey.
So you run over, and how do you want to do this to this dwarven woman?
Oh, this poor woman. I mean, he's just gonna take his great sword and just go like straight diagonal down her. Like he is
Yeah.
just furious. Like the magic is still glowing in his eyes. Like his eyes are the color still. So he's
Yeah.
very pissed, and he's just gonna go
It's-
slice right down.
Charge forward and just cleave
And
right
just
down.
crush this lady. Yeah.
She is not looking great. She is, unrecognizable at this point.
This gigantic man, double, triple, quad her size, literally is just taking
Just
a sword
fucking-
right down on her.
Ripped her up.
Right. Yep.
Okay, Ali's turn.
Ouch, 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 ouch.
Oh yeah. Ellie's still dying.
Still trying to pack yourself out.
You know, it hurts. Fuck.
Do you have a health potion on you?
Fuck no. Where would I get that from?
Well, I don't know. Steal it.
I would like to shoot. I have a range of 320 feet on my short bow for the long range. Is that disadvantage if I try to shoot the
Yeah, that's
Tabaxi?
disadvantage, but you can go for it if you
Alright,
like.
fuck. No. I'm shooting the. I mean,
What do you have to lose? A
or
lot,
just
actually.
Allie wouldn't know. Or I mean, I don't even know if she dies, the elemental dies. I shoot the elemental because it's right there. Does the
Alrighty.
silent image count as someone being adjacent?
No, fortunately not.
Damn, you tried. You
try.
tried.
But you
Worth a try,
tried.
worth a
I
try.
mean, yeah,
It was
worth a
worth
try,
an
man.
effort.
Worth an ask. All right, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
It's a 15.
No, doesn't hit, unfortunately.
Okay. And then as a bonus, I back up more, I guess.
Alrighty. Oh, music box escaped. Oh,
As usual, yeah.
give me a moment.
Bots are seldomly very wieldy.
Boom.
Boom.
Hey.
Dun, 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 dun.
I want to stay in, like, I want to still be able to see Teddy, and I want to yell towards
Yeah.
Teddy and be like,
So there's like a wall kind
Oh,
of.
Jesus, that music is very
you
loud. Hold
loud.
on.
Is Firefly here? Maybe it's a bit too loud.
It's louder than the other one, for sure.
fine.
Yeah.
That's okay. Keep going.
here, she's here. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah, no
nice.
worries.
I was
I wanna make sure that I have visual on Teddy.
Yeah, sure. So there's
and that-
probably a wall. Just worth noting.
Mhm,
Like here.
mhm.
This is where the sort of wall starts, so you wouldn't be able to like shoot while you're here. It's worth
Mhm.
noting.
And I want to yell towards Teddy, like, Teddy, we're getting the fuck out of here. And is there anywhere I could hide from the elemental at least?
Yeah, you could
Oh, yeah,
hide
okay.
like around this area, like
And I hide.
there's a whole section.
Yeet.
Alright, I'm gonna
Fuck
leave
that.
you I'm gonna leave you just a little bit so I can see you,
Yeah.
but you're out of sight, out of mind. for this thing.
Oh, Teddy.
Do you want a stealth roll for that, or am I just?
No,
out
no,
of
yeah,
it?
you're
Okay.
just around the corner. All right, Ali's hidden. Mort, it's your turn.
I'm gonna run away too. I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
But
I'm just yep.
Okay, Mort has also run away. All right, back to the top of the round. Jarn's turn.
I'm gonna move up a couple spaces so that I'm within 90 feet of the kitty cat, and
All right.
then end up at the end of my turn moving back. Yeah, that's within. I counted. And I will bonus action move Hunter's Mark on her, and then I will shoot her.
All right, let's go.
kill her.
Natural
Murder!
20. That's a
Hey!
shit ton of
Let's
damage.
go.
You just take the dwarves with us and leave. Yes.
Yeah,
That's the
no,
idea.
and then I'm going to yell, "Hey, coast is clear. Run the fuck away." 7, 9, 12, 13, 16 damage.
16
on
damage.
The cat.
How do you want to do this again?
Let's
Uh,
fucking
Splatter
go.
her guts.
No, yeah. So I'm just gonna shoot her, and she's just gonna get like pushed back at the wall.
Oh,
Yep.
like pinned
From
to
the
the
easy
wall.
Fire this
Damn.
arrow towards your fellow Tabaxi. It flies over the bed of lava, spiking her and sending her flying back, clattering into the wall, where she spends a moment struggling with it before the life
Oh.
just drains from her and she just gone.
Fuck
And
yeah.
I'll
So you-
yell at the dwarfs, and I'll say, "Run, and we'll cover you."
All right. So,
Then
You will?
I'll back up
hearing
back
this,
to where
the
we.
dwarves look at each other. They run over here, so that's 10 feet, 15 feet. They grab the bags, and they begin to make their way across this bridge with a bag each over their shoulders.
Even though she's pinned against the wall, will I still be able to like do my curse on her?
Yeah, she's not like pinned stuck, so you could certainly do that. And it's your turn.
Okay.
Do you want to use your reaction before those guys? do
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay, don't be afraid to just like shout up.
Okay, I just
when
didn't
you
want
wanna
to
do your
interrupt or
action.
anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll do that. And just what other spells does she have that I can use? Because I
Okay,
imagine
so-
Firebolt wouldn't be too good against a lava
She
monster.
has at her disposal Firebolt, Mending, Prestidigitation, Burning Hands, Disguise Self, and Shield, as well as a dagger that she can throw for 1d4.
Watch out for
You
that.
said she
dagger.
has shield.
Yeah, she has the shield spell. An invisible barrier or magical force appears to protect you. Until the start of your next turn, you have +5 bonus to your AC, including against the trigger attack. And you take no damage from magic missile. But that is cast on self, so she would just shield herself.
Oh, what were the other ones besides Firebolt?
Disguise self, which is on self, obviously. Burning Hands, Firebolt, Mending, and Prestidigitation, which is like an illusion of some sort. Make a you can snuff out a candle or a torch or a campfire. You can instantly clean or soil an object. You chill, warm, or flavor something. Like a small effect.
And what is
Small
mending?
illusion.
Just like a healing spell?
Mending is to be used on inanimate objects. So, for example, if you broke your pickaxe and the top came off, you could put them back together and cast Mending. And
Okay, so she's not super helpful, but I'm gonna. Would fire won't even work against the Infernal? I mean, I'll try it because I already
only one way
reanimated
to find
her.
out.
Yeah, I already reanimated her, so I might as well cast
So the
Firebolt.
range is with Firebolt, I believe it's 100. Yeah, 120 feet. So I'm not sure whether she would be out of range. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Sorry, I just gone about that the whole wrong way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 80. Yeah, you can hit. You want to go ahead and use Firebolt?
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 17 plus 3. So hits, yeah. Let me pull up the stats. Yeah, that's good. So you watch as the woman who you put down, Yarn, stands back up to your concern for a brief moment, and then you see the orange energy, the purple energy in her eyes as she casts Firebolt over all of your heads, and it slams into the head of the lava elemental, dealing. Quite a fair bit of damage, actually. Following that, it is Teddy's turn. Oh no, it's the.
That was just
Bandit's
my
turn.
reaction. So would it?
Oh
still
yeah, of course, yeah, it's your turn. Sorry.
Yeah. Can I move within range of the infernal and its attack?
The elemental, yeah, sure. Get there. Be there. Go ahead and give me a roll.
23 to hit.
23 hits. What's the damage?
The first attack does 5 damage.
Okay.
And then 8 to hit on the second one.
All right, nice. 8 to hit. No, does it hit?
Yeah. And can I use my bonus action to disengage or no? Is that
No, disengage is a action.
okay? So I guess
Unless
I'll
there's
just...
something in your class.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I guess I'll just stay there.
Alrighty. Its turn. It is going to take its multi-attack to make 2 slam attacks, of which it's going to make both on Celsia. The first is 17
Fire.
plus 8 to hit. The second is 4 plus 8 to hit. So the 4 plus 8 is 12. Does that hit?
No.
Okay,
Hey.
nice. So the first hand comes down, slams you for. Oh my god! He rolled a 2 and a 1 on his D8.
What?
So 2, 1, 3,
Goodness.
5, 6, 7, 8 damage overall with his pluses. And then as soon as that hits you, sort of wins you, and you're like, oh shit! You see the second hand coming down, and you manage to sidestep out of the way as it clatters into the support beam for the bridge to the right of you. Following that, it is Teddy's turn.
Okay, so Teddy's gonna move in and swing at the thingy-ma-doo-dad. If he can make it that far, let me know.
Sure. Let's go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh, I have a javelin. He could throw a javelin.
Sure he could.
Teddy has a ton of shit on him for some reason.
He's just armed to the teeth.
He does. He
So
has
things.
hand axes, javelins, and great swords, and a dagger.
That's the best part about barbarians. You just like
Yeah.
put
You just have
weapons
all these
everywhere.
weapons. Like,
feel like
why-
Rambo.
like, where do you even put
Yeah.
them?
Bandoliers, mate.
Okay, so he has. What's the difference in? So he has hand axes. You can throw those as well. He's gonna throw the javelin. What is the javelin?
The
Okay.
javelin is. Let me pull it up for you.
So I don't have it on this sheet.
Yeah, I think it's
Do you
because
not
what it
equip it?
does, it doesn't equip them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and equip it for you so you can see. If you refresh, you'll be able to see it.
Okay, let me see it. Ah, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. They're the same. Okay, so he's gonna throw the javelin then at this little shit.
So, like an Olympian, you pull
Yeah.
back, lob it over.
He like scoots back and then he's just like chucking this thing full force.
Give me a roll.
Hopefully, he doesn't whiff, but we'll see. Nat 20
Nat 20!
Hey!
Go.
plus 4. So that's
Go.
Nat 20, yeah.
Nice. Give me some damage.
Come with us to double it.
You double it?
Oh yeah.
double the dice. So if you roll like you roll your dice and then it's like 10, for example, then you would do 20 plus your pluses.
Oh wait, so it's a one.
Yeah, so
it's a
1d6.
1d6.
So
Okay.
you roll your d6, double that number, and then add your pluses.
Oh, okay. So 12 damage. So I rolled a 5.
Nice,
Nice.
excellent.
Or is it 5 plus 2 and then double?
No, only this.
No, you add after you double.
Okay. So yeah, 12.
But then also plus 2 for rage. Yeah?
Also 2. Yeah, you're right. So 14 total.
Nice. So, as you see, you overarm throw this javelin into the core of this sort of lava dripping bedrock beast. It stabs straight into its chest, and you watch as it does damage, but the javelin is still just like half sticking out of its rocky exterior.
Fuck yeah.
It appeared to be effective, but not entirely effective.
Teddy is now an Olympian, apparently.
So following on from Teddy, it's Ali's turn.
I'd like to move forward a little bit.
Sure thing.
Hey, you can do a sneak attack now, huh?
Yeah. I'm just like, I'm checking.
Right.
Teddy's not fucking off. I'm not leaving
Did
without
you see
fucking
Teddy's
Teddy.
throw?
No.
Darn.
I'm upset that Teddy is not fleeing with me.
He's trying
yeah,
to get back.
I would like to shoot it, please.
Alrighty. Give me a roll.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, 24?
24 hits.
Nice. And then I do sneak attack as well. So
Hell
3
yeah.
to 6. Oh, wow.
What we got?
8 plus 3 is 12. No, it's not. It's 11. I can do math.
It's okay. We've all been there. Nice.
11 points of damage.
So, in a similar sort of experience, you nip out from the corner, pull an arrow back and loose it, perfectly managing to shoot this thing in its mouth, which is just dripping in lava, and you see the arrow just slowly sink down into its body. You can tell that you did chip off some damage, but again,
Yeah.
not like a super effective attack. How much damage was that overall, sir?
11.
11, okay.
I yell out to Teddy again. Teddy, we're fucking off. And then I bonus action disengage. Oh, right, yeah, no, not hide. Sorry, not disengage, but hide.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, back around the corner.
Yeet. He's
Alrighty.
on his way. He's on his way.
Mortimer's turn.
Shit. Seeing that we're actually doing things, I'll move 10 feet towards it.
Alrighty.
And then cast Shatter, but so that it doesn't hit the people that I kind of like.
Alright, let me see how Shatter works real quick. Shatter spell. So it is a 60-foot sphere. So you need to find like a 60-foot sphere where you can.
What is range 60 and then 60-foot radius?
Oh yeah, no, it's a 10-foot radius. A 10-foot radius.
Yeah,
Sorry,
10
my
foot, yeah.
bad.
Shit. my brain.
Yeah. So yeah, you can do that. You can easily put down a 10-foot radius. Like literally, its entire counter is a 10-foot radius.
Yeah, okay. We'll do that then.
So that works. Go ahead.
Do some saving throw, but because it's made of inorganic material, it's disadvantage.
It's made of organic material, which gives a non-magical creature. Because I remember how this spell works. It like works really well against like stone and stuff. Creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal have.
Lava is
Disadvantage.
basically
Yeah,
just
so he has-
stone that hasn't cooled down
Yeah,
yet.
yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
This is
Nice.
disadvantage.
So it's DC 13 con.
So that's 2.
Oh, that's good.
Plus any pluses, but he gets a +5, so 7. I'm guessing that
No,
doesn't
I-
make it.
That's
Heck yeah.
All right.
18 points of damage.
Nice.
Massive. So
Nice.
you watch as Mortimer comes round from the corner, smashes his fist into the ground, and you watch as this thing, just a loud boom of thunder, bursts, sort of. Oh my god, he's vulnerable to thunder as well.
Oh shit!
So double damage.
Oh,
Let's go!
Bursts on the ground, echoing from the walls. Things start. Rubble starts falling from the ceiling. Large rocks falling from the ceiling, dunking into lava below. You watch as this thing is just absolutely smashed by this shatter spell. So what was the damage?
18, but times 2 would be 36. I can do that.
36 points of
Jesus.
damage.
Shit.
You break off
Holy
its
fuck.
entire fortified right shoulder and half of the arm, half of the stone on the arm, revealing sort of like the lava mass on the underside. They fall down into the lava pit. Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. What do you want to do? Anything else on your turn?
Waiting for the rumbling to stop, just make sure that it doesn't cave in. I run back towards the entrance.
Charge back.
Yeah.
Yeet! Both yeet!
we're squishy.
So the dwarves
Yeah, man.
are still running across too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
at the end of the round, which is now, the dwarves are gonna run. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then he's just 5 behind. So they're just there. They're stumpy little forms just haul assing across the bridge with a bag over their shoulder, like, fucking move!
Can't they dash?
They can
They-
indeed dash. They
Ooh.
can indeed dash.
Dash, nerds!
Fucking
10,
hell!
15,
Run!
25,
Run!
30.
Forest, run!
Let's go,
You've only got little
boys!
legs, man.
Can you pick one of them up and just carry them?
Quite possibly.
You could.
He could do that. He could throw them, I guess.
Toss me. All right.
Catch.
Top of the round. It is Jan's turn.
Okay.
Get him, young.
Bonus action Hunter's Mark on the
On the elemental.
elemental, and I will shoot him.
Alright.
Is Hunter's Mark damage magical?
Ooh, great question.
Because if so, I'll tell you that separately, I guess. Like,
I'll
it's
find
a
out for you
spell,
right now.
but it's also, I think, the same damage type as the weapon.
It's magic. So the hunter's mark damage is magical.
Okay. So, anyway, let's see if I hit first.
Yeah, let's see.
No, that's an 11. So
Unfortunate.
probably not.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll move back and, like, give the dwarves room to get out.
To get through, yeah.
Well,
You
you
want to
Can't
move to like
one-shot
here?
everything.
Sorry.
Yeah, maybe a little further. Like, yeah, there.
Nice.
I assume I'm not, like, in danger of falling into the
Yeah,
lava,
yeah,
but
you're-
if I am,
you're-
I'd move
you're, like, the
off to
safest.
the side.
I'll
Sure.
just put you there for the sake
Yeah,
of it.
that's fine.
Alrighty. Moving on from Jan, it is Celsia.
I'm gonna disengage.
Alrighty. Disengage action. You want to move to like here-ish?
Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alrighty. Disengaged. Moved out of the way successfully. Following Celsia is the Lava Elemental, who is going to move to this space.
Does he get an opportunity to attack? We get opportunity to attack if he moves out, right?
So you only get them if he leaves your range,
If he
not if he
leaves?
enters
Okay.
it. So he's going to go ahead and make 2 slam attacks. He's going to make 1 on the closest dwarf and 1 on Teddy.
What a douche.
So that's an 18 on Teddy and an 18 plus 8 on Teddy and a 14 plus 8 on the dwarf. So let's roll some damage.
I'm
So
gonna
for
do Stone's Endurance, so every
Yeah,
action.
That's
reduce
probably a
damage,
smart
so-
idea.
we're gonna
So,
do that. But
Your
go ahead.
damage is for the 4, 1 plus 5. So that's 9, 10 damage.
And damage. Okay.
And the dwarf takes 4, 4.
So he only takes 2 damage from that. If I
Okay.
use
Nice.
stones. So cool. So
Alrighty.
thank God I
Um,
remembered I had that.
So you manage to put your greatsword up above your head, and with your other hand sort of steady the blade as this slam comes down. You manage to like hold your ground. Your feet sink into the the ground and crack underneath you. You manage to hold your own, taking a bit of damage, but not as much as you would have done if you weren't prepared for it.
Right.
The dwarf, on the other hand, was not ready to take such an attack, and you see as he just gets clattered into the ground, his head bounces off the floor, and you hear the crack of his ribs just crushing under the weight of this fist. He is down but not dead. Moving onwards, it is Teddy's turn.
Well, I guess we gotta swing.
Is
Let's
there
go.
no room on the bridge?
Is there what?
I was gonna say, like, is there any room on the bridge where you could just grab
If
him
there's
and
an
run
elemental
away?
and Teddy on the bridge, it must be a pretty big bridge.
Yeah,
can you just push this
pretty much
motherfucker
at
off the bridge,
maximum,
honestly?
It's maximum capacity. You
Sparta
can
him.
definitely try.
Sparta him. Do it.
Can Teddy just charge at this motherfucker and try to push it over the bridge?
Sure. So there is a shove action.
There is a shove action.
There's
Awesome.
a shove action. Let me find it.
Won't he just climb back out of the lava?
Shut up! We have time to leave. It doesn't matter.
He's got
Using the
claim.
attack action, you can make a special melee attack to shove a creature, either to knock it prone or push it away from you. You are able to make multiple attacks. If you are able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, this replaces one of them. The target must be no more than one size larger than you, which is correct. Instead of making an attack roll, you make a strength contest with their strength. So basically, you see who's stronger out of you in this elemental.
Well, y'all ready for this?
Let's give it a go.
Don't forget
Go,
to add 2
Teddy!
because of raging.
All right.
Teddy,
Okay, I gotta
Teddy.
get this. Y'all
Teddy,
watching Teddy
Teddy.
fucking fight this motherfucker.
Let's go.
Alright, is it? You said it's a just like a D20, right?
Yeah, it's a d20 plus your athletics modifier. So you've got like the
And then
athletics
plus my
skill.
strength, or
So the athletics will take your strength into consideration and then add a little bit more for your athletics.
okay, so that's 18, and then plus. Okay, so with my athletics, it's 18,
Okay, 18.
right? Because I
Alright.
rolled a
Yeah,
14.
Can I use
Right.
the
Plus
cutting
2.
words as a reaction?
Does it say you can?
I can use it on ability checks. If it's not immune to being charmed, then it's within 60 feet.
Give me a moment.
It says you can punch, kick, headbutt, or similar forceful blow plus 1 strength.
So
Okay.
cutting words. The spell. Let me find it real quick. Sorry.
Plus 2 because of rage. Oh, okay. Well, then that would have been 20.
Okay, noted. That may be important because he gets a +5 to his strength.
Yeah, so
Um,
that would be 20 then.
Okay, at level 3 you learn cutting words. Oh yeah, you can use your reaction to expend one of your bardic inspiration. Yeah, so you can use it as a
Yeah.
reaction.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Oh, I rolled the 1.
Shit.
So.
All right, here goes the roll. He gets a +5. He rolled 9. So you win the strength contest.
Yeah!
Let's go!
Yeah.
What are we doing, Teddy?
Teddy's like, he literally goes up to this thing, he throws his sword like down, and then he just runs up and tries to like shoulder, like football style shoulder,
Yeah.
just nail this motherfucker over the bridge.
So
Like full of rage, he's just yelling.
as Teddy throws down his sword, you all watch almost in slow motion as he just bounces off the ground, which is still cracked from basically the weight of the last blow, runs forward and just shoulder barges this thing with all of his might, loosely, like moving to the left himself to stop himself falling into the pool of lava as this thing falls down off the ledge, clatters into the stone beneath and rolls into the lava. Teddy, you look over the edge to see it sort of slowly sink down before its hand comes back up and just reaches out of the lava ever so slightly.
Run! Run! I mean, I assume we
Ali's
can
turn.
run. It's like off the
Oh,
map,
yeah.
technically,
Yeah,
right?
you still have your movement, so you want to run.
Yeah,
as-
so he's
as well?
gonna. Oh wait, can he grab the bag off the one dude that's like dying? Can he grab the dying dwarf?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, he's gonna grab the dying dwarf and
Yep.
and run.
And just haul ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just say bonus action. You grab the dwarf.
Okay. Yeah.
Because your strength is super high. I don't think it'd be too
Right.
bad.
Yeah. I'm
And you
sure
just-
he could pick it up.
You just move the rest of your movement all the way over here. Ali's turn.
That other dwarf is just standing there. All right. Cool.
Nothing in sight.
No.
Bye.
She's out. Also, I want you to
Yep.
know, for every 10, it's about 20 feet drop, I just rolled 2d6 to see, like, how much per fall, and he just got 2 6s on the damage that he took, so...
Good.
So he's far down there.
So it really hurt.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I would like to hold my action.
Okay.
In case the fire elemental comes up again. I would
Yeah.
like to shoot it at that point.
Got you. So, Mort's turn.
Oh, wait, how far is that's too far. I guess I'll move like slightly closer, and then hold an action so like if the other dwarf gets hit, I'll use a healing word.
Sure. So, the dwarf is just like, wait for me! Charges as fast as his little legs will take him to this exit. And you guys are now within escaping range, as you can hear the lava elemental starting to make his way back out of the searing pool of lava below. I'll say for this purpose, we're out of initiative order, so tell me what you guys want to do.
Run away!
Run!
Is the
So-
dwarf like in danger of dying? If so, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on the dwarf that's
Okay.
got smashed.
Oh, I
He,
could've
he
done that.
probably appreciates that. As
Hey,
his-
I'm just carrying
bones are
homeboy
broken.
at
5
this point.
hit points for him.
Yeah, nice. All right, noted. I'll put that down. So Teddy, you're basically like holding him by the back of his trousers as you're just with one arm just running, and he is like trying his best to hold on to this sack of glow mites. all 7 of you make it through. You can hear now as you guys pass through the cave entrance that sort of opened up for you. You can hear the footfalls of this lava elemental just chasing close behind.
Great. Can we close the wall behind us?
If you can find a way.
I know, we don't know how to do that.
I mean, yeah. So, is the blood still on it?
The blood is no longer there.
I will cut myself and drop blood on it.
Okay, so in a state of pure adrenaline, as you can hear this thing coming behind you, everyone's just sweaty, exhausted from this fight. You're like, fuck. Just cut your hand open and slam it down onto the ground. You watch as a similar thing begins to happen. The entire ritual circle fills with an impossible amount of blood from the wound before you hear the walls begin to close, but not fast enough. They're really not closing fast enough as you see this form come around the corner, just charge forward towards you, and as it's sort of charging inwards into the cave, it passes the start of the doors as they just close too much, and it traps it in the center, and you just hear the sound of rock crunching as this thing is compressed between 2 walls, and then just a spill of lava comes out in front of you guys as this thing is entirely flattened between these 2 walls.
Guys, it's a good thing we didn't like completely destroy
Yeah.
those walls.
Yeah.
Good,
Firefly,
good
could you
plan
skip track?
there?
Keep going, guys.
Well, I mean, now that the danger is past, do we want to go back and loot them?
What? No. What?
I mean,
no, we're leaving.
I'd rather not.
I mean,
What? Ali?
well,
I mean, won't there be lava on the floor from where he died? How are we gonna get past that?
Ellie,
Okay, I'm just
Ellie, no.
thinking out loud here.
No. We should go. You look a little rough right now.
They could have like a lot of gold, Teddy.
Ellie,
You know.
I'm not going back in there.
All right. All
Doesn't
right.
sound right.
Okay.
Can we talk to these dwarves now? What the hell is going on, kind of thing? So Teddy
Sure.
just like lightly places this dude on the ground. I assume he's still hurt, but he like lightly
Yeah.
sets him down.
You set him down, and he's like, oh, drops his bag, and you can see sort of a few little glow mites similar to red just sort of skittering out from the bag as it's opened up.
Can
Thank
I grab
you
one?
so much. Yeah, sure, you can grab one.
I want to steal one.
All right. I'd say nobody says a damn thing.
Fair enough.
And the other one, not far behind, now on his hands and knees, just panting, spitting at the ground, like in a state of like pure fatigue.
What happened down here?
Oh, it was Ressa. She double-crossed us. When we got down here, she'd fallen in with a gang of criminals, and they all agreed to basically take everything for themselves. And then they killed Almir and they killed Crooks to get this door open. And oh god,
Is there
I'm
a
pretty
fifth
sure they
one
were
of
going to
you?
kill us as well.
Who was the person?
The dwarf woman that you split in half.
Oh.
She came down with us as a miner.
Ah.
She'd been telling people about this mission, these criminals, and they were waiting for us when we got in here.
Did
Oh.
Aisha have anything to do with this?
No, I don't think so. I don't think either of them knew it. It was all Ressa. She told all these criminals about us, and they were going to have us dig them out of the cave and then sell these mites to, I don't know, mages for the Rodashi Empire.
Do you know
It's
these
lucky you
mites are
came when you
nearing
did.
extinction?
I do. It's not much of my concern, but I was conscious of that.
So maybe we should leave some here.
Perhaps. I know the reason Aisha was supposedly looking for them was for conservation and sort of looking after them, but if you like, I'm not going to argue.
Conservation.
I want to insight check it.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
9.
He appears to be telling the truth.
Okay. I don't. Okay.
I think the
Give
plan
them
was
the-
they were going to get a bunch of them and bring them back up to the top and attempt to repopulate in some of the mines.
See to it that that happens.
I'll do my best. Can we leave?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh yeah, I
Mhm.
suppose.
I can't wait to see the sun again.
How long have you been down here?
Couple days, but I wasn't really fancying my chances of seeing the sun with my eyes again, to be honest with you.
Do you want me to carry those bags?
That would be absolutely lovely if you could.
Yeah, he'll pick up both of the sacks, and I'm assuming they don't weigh as much as
Yeah, they're
the
like
dwarves.
fairly heavy, but yeah, for you,
It-
not
yeah.
not so heavy.
So he just like slumps them on his shoulder and just.
You can just feel them sort of like wriggling against your back, and like tiny little glowmite feet just sort of as they move around in the bags, sort of on your back.
Teddy's just gonna smile through the pain. He's just not gonna ask questions. He's too tired.
I can't thank you enough for
Yo.
coming down and saving us. I thought you were gonna leave us at one point. when that
And we
big
almost-
bastard showed up.
We would
We would
never.
never do that.
No.
No.
Oh, thank you.
Hey Mort, you have any of those them healing?
Oh,
Word?
yes.
I'd
Why?
greatly appreciate that.
Oh, sure. I
Thank
just give her a
you.
little pat on the back. I think I see the word. So like a whole four more health.
Hey, you almost doubled my hit points.
Man,
Thank
I'm
you.
rolling.
So, I'll say. Oops, you lost someone. It doesn't. It takes a few hours, maybe like 3 or 4 hours of exhausted walking, before you finally get back to the original spot where you guys first descended through the elevator. You can see the bell, which is basically the bring me back up bell inside the lift. Do you all want to go up?
I am curious about one thing.
Sure.
So, I'd like to turn to one of the dwarves and I'm like, Pietro said that he was attacked from behind by something. Do any of you know what that was?
I
Just
do.
from-
It was that big red bastard.
Hmm.
Basically, when we came in to the
Hmm.
to the mine, we were all walking to the right, and in the shadows on our left, those others who weren't with us were hiding. They must have got down here before we even had, and they jumped us from behind. And Pietro, I think they smashed him up, and then they came
Okay.
after us. We ran for a little bit, but not very fast, as you can see, and eventually they got us.
Alright, cool. I was just curious, and I ring the bell.
Yeah, not a problem. Honestly, this
I-
has been the shock of my life.
I grab Teddy. Teddy, are we trying to get Betsy, or what's the plan?
Huh?
Do you want Betsy? Are we trying to get her?
What do you mean? You mean
I
steal
mean,
her?
yeah.
No.
Steal?
Alright.
She likes it here.
Okay. Just thought it might be cool for you to have like a
Fine.
pet that you could ride, you know?
It's okay.
All
Maybe
right.
next time.
So as this
Teddy,
conversation's taking
dude.
place, the elevator begins its ascent.
Teddy, would you like to talk to Betsy?
Yes. But Betsy isn't here. Betsy is at the top, isn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah,
It's like, you would love to. Yes. She looks
So,
good.
a slow ascent up with a similar experience of juttering stops and starts, but you know that it's Betsy who's pulling you all up, so you have faith in that at least. And as the elevator gets to the top, the sunlight is blinding as it catches you guys back into what feels now like a cool breeze that's blowing over Karak. And honestly, it's just a bit of a relief to be back up, and you see the familiar faces of the people that you met earlier standing, some with folded arms or just waiting to see who comes out. Oh, welcome back, says Yanma as he just sort of sees you all emerge with sooty faces and hair just drenched in sweat. How was your expedition?
I start gasping. I'm like, it was Pietro this entire time.
Pietro,
I'm
you.
Wait,
just fucking
what?
with you. I'm just
No.
fucking
Oh.
with you.
Oh.
It's fine.
I thought we were
Sorry.
doing a bit.
What happened down there? There is only 2 dwarves here.
Wait, there was supposed to be 5. So we have 2. 2 were dead.
One
we
was
one
a
didn't-
turn
betrayed
coat.
them?
We
Oh,
found
that's
2
the
dead.
other one.
Yeah.
So they're right here. These are the dwarves.
The others are dead.
Yes. Well, I
see.
had to kill one. Like, she
Yes.
was bad.
Come inside. I think that we need to sit down, and I don't understand what's happened here. He sort of leads you all back into the mining hut, through to a back room where there's like a large table where you can tell that this is probably like a meeting room for miners. But now Aisha, Yanma, Pietro, and what was his name?
Monroe.
What was it? Monroe. There we go.
Yeah.
That's
Blank
you.
for a second there. And Monroe are all sort of sat around the table. So, what happened down there?
Well, there was a minor bit of betrayal and all that. We brought 2 of them back, though.
And a living monster made out of lava decided
Oh.
to join in.
Right, yes.
Jesus Christ.
Dead, but it could be more.
I see. Okay. I didn't expect this to have happened. I suppose it does.
I was wondering this, because I was
I
going to
thought,
say Jesus
as soon as I
Christ
said it,
earlier.
I was like, is Jesus Christ canon
Yeah.
now?
I guess so. He's from Karak, right?
Jesus Christ.
I feel like with all the effort we went through, surely we deserve more than 5.
Well,
You should stop
We
hunting
did
these
almost
nice
die.
little creatures.
make a persuasion check.
I mean, we could just take the critters.
-19. Well, I rolled nat 20, but it was -1.
Nice.
Jeez.
Aisha sort of leans forward. Yes, I do believe you are owed a little bit more compensation. I hope this is enough. And she pulls out a bag of an additional 300 gold coins and lays it on the table.
So we each get
So we
150?
each get 160, right?
And also, you found the glow mites. You have done a great service. Thank you.
He does not put the bags down. He just looks at him very like skeptical. You should let them go. They're dying. Stop hunting them.
Yes, they are. We are not hunting, but attempting to bring the population back. It is not very good right now, and with our efforts, the plan was, well, Aisha's plan was to bring them back. I won't have a great deal to do with it, to be honest. And she sort of leans forward. Yes, you have my word. Everything that I do from here on out to do with these creatures will be in the best interest of their species and survival.
Who do you work for?
I work for myself. I'm just a local mine owner with a special interest in these small creatures. I have a friend who told me that they had seen signs that possibly they could be around this area, and I thought, you know, I have a mine where we could perhaps try to cultivate them and allow them to grow and grow stronger.
Will you allow me to come by and help?
Of course, we'll require as much volunteer work as is possible. If you would be so kind-hearted, we'd be more than happy, especially after the debt we owe you after today. Would you mind if I take the bags from you, Teddy?
I whisper to Teddy, if she's not telling the truth, I'll check. And I open my claws.
Do you want to do an insight check?
Yeah, you.
Sure. Give me a roll for that. Hello?
Yeah. Hello?
Who's
Huh?
rolling insight?
This is golf.
I mean, I feel like I already incited them, so I don't want to just like keep rolling. You're welcome to do an insight.
You can insight them. Go for it. Why not? Be
Just
skeptical. Who cares?
No, I incited the dwarves, and I believe them.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, but this is
but
like
I'm also going to
a
check.
thing.
Is the point?
Mhm. What's up to you, Teddy?
As long if I come back here and they're not in a good spot, you're in trouble.
You have my word. You're welcome to visit anytime you like.
Okay. He'll put the bags all the way and like push them closer, I guess.
Thank you.
Mm.
I hope that the 500 gold pieces with the 300 is enough to compensate you for such a trying task.
Making sure that we totally still have 2 of them, like Teddy and I.
Oh yeah, because you took one each, right? So there will be
Mhm.
one in each of your satchels.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, this is
We're all
awkward.
just like,
Yes, it is.
All right,
Lost Sanders
dealing
just
out the
standing there.
golds, dividing up the gold, and then we're gonna freak off.
Ah, yes.
yes,
Maybe if I see you in a tavern one time, I'll buy you around.
sure.
Why not now?
Sure, I don't have anything better to do.
All right.
Y'all
You
have
want to
anything
go
better
to
to
the
do, guys? You
Sandscape?
want to go have a drink?
Teddy, you want to
Yeah,
go chat
sure.
to Betsy?
Yes.
Like,
Where is Betsy?
Can we walk up to Betsy? And, like, I can't make you talk to her, but I can make it so that I can understand her, and then I can relay what you talk about.
Whoa.
And we
Ooh.
go up and I cast speak with animals.
Whoa.
And I
He's
say,
very,
"Hey,
he's
Betsy,
very, very amused.
Teddy here thinks you're pretty neat."
I like Teddy.
No.
And I relay the information between them.
Teddy's like, I like you too, and like tries to pat the.
She's just
Right.
like doing the thing where she sort of nuzzles
Yeah.
her head a little bit, as if she wasn't a 300-pound Triceratops.
Well, she's just about the same size as Teddy, so.
Monroe comes out, he's like, if you like, I'll let you ride her down to the tavern.
Ooh, Allie, come here. Let's ride it.
Yeah. Then I turn to Yarn and I just like, thank you. Thank you very much.
I guess
So,
we ride to the tavern.
With a
now.
rope attached to her sort of horns, and have you ever seen like the donkey rides on the beach where there's a guy that just walks alongside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just Monroe walking next to this Triceratops as this party of adventurers make their way through the streets of Karak, headed to the nearest tavern, where you all eventually enjoy a nice, cold, hard-earned pint of whatever meets your fancy. And I think that is the end of the adventure. Thank you very much for playing.
Thank you.
Heck
I would
yeah.
clap, but I
GG.
Yay, Mojo!
Yay.
Ew, that was quite
job.
fun actually.
Yeah.
I
That
was
was a lot of
really
fun.
interested to see how you guys would deal with that last encounter.
With which one?
With the when the elemental came out, I was
Yeah.
Oh
like,
god.
Gigantic
Yeah.
elemental fuck.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
I was a
I'm
little
really
worried.
glad that I rolled lucky and pushed the motherfucker off. That was
honestly,
That
that was
was
such
so
a hard
cool.
carry moment.
Yeah.
That was
really
so
good.
cool.
I was so pumped.
Oh,
The
it was
music
just incredible, especially considering it had a +5 strength as well. I was like, I don't know, but
Yeah.
Teddy's pretty strong, but this isn't a lava elemental. It was just awesome, so cool, and Hope when Mort used that shatter spell, so cool.
That
Yawn.
was so
that was
fun.
awesome.
Holy
Yarn
shit.
just dropped so many bodies as well.
Yeah.
I honestly loved all of the characters. That was just an awesome time. Thank you guys for playing.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Really?
Sure thing.
Hello!
Hey!
Let's go.
Let's go.
You're very welcome.
Don't forget to subscribe to twitch.tv/interpretfirefly.
Let's go.
Hey, you!